Welcome to John I. Hurst Stadium, Monroe McKelvin Field on the Southwest Campus. We welcome the Bear TV folks who are joining us now. Welcome back here on K106. Our thanks, of course, to Coach Tim Stowers for joining us in the pregame show. Other games going on in the SMCC tonight. When you look at the schedule, one game postponed, Hines at Colin. That game not being played. Colin is on COVID protocols. Understand that game tentatively scheduled to be made up the Wednesday before Thanksgiving. So that Wednesday night before Thanksgiving, Hines and Colin will play football. Mississippi Gulf Coast is in Decatur. They'll play East Central tonight. The Northwest Rangers are at the Northeast Tigers. And Mississippi Delta is at Coahoma tonight. Those are the other games in the MACCC. Again, Delta is at Coahoma, Northwest is at Northeast, Gulf Coast is at East Central, Hines, and Colin, of course, postponed for tonight. You look at the starters. We'll start with Jones College on the offensive side of the football. The quarterback is Quintarius Hawkins, 6 foot, 170-pound sophomore out of Bastrop, Louisiana. The running back is Rommel Webb. He's a 5'8", 210-pound freshman out of Memphis, Tennessee. The wide receiver is number 16, Quay Sanders, and number 1, Markel McLaurin, as well as number 5, Bud Tolbert, and number 10, Ashton Nickelberry. Those will be the receivers they're starting tonight for Jones College. Quay Sanders, number 16, Markel McLaurin, number 1, Bud Tolbert, number 5, and Ashton Nickelberry, number 10. Up on the line, Jaquavius Yates will be at left tackle. Davis will be the left guard. Zarian McGill's the center. The right guard is Matt Mabry, number 64. The right tackle is Antoine Lofton. He wears number 50. The place kicker is Johan Thompson, and the long snapper will be Tanner Hatton. That's the offensive starting lineup for Jones College. Defensively, on the defensive line, Zach Causey's on the line, along with Broderius Lewis, Jalen Williams. At the Wolf linebacker, that's Mike Cockerham. At the Mike linebacker, that's Lawrence Butler. The Sam linebacker for Jones will be Quindarian Dixon. The cornerback is Jervian Smith. And Trayvon Randall. Andrea Mack will be at the nickel. Herschel McLaurin will be at the safety, along with Ty Rawls. And Gavin Godan will be the punter for Jones College. You look at Southwest. Offensively, Bears, by the way, out on the field right now, number 50 will serve as the Bear captain tonight. That is Trent Middleton, the offensive lineman out of Brandon. And it looks like Jones College has won the toss and has decided to defer to the second half. So Jones College wins the toss, defers to the second half. The Bears will get the football offensively. That Bear offense right quick, 85 Griffin is at the X spot along with Dalen McDonald. So McDonald and Griffin will be in there. Up on the line at the left tackle is Evans. The left guard is Wiley. Trenton Middleton will be at the center spot for the Bears. On the right side, Franks is at the right guard. Haley's at the right tackle. And Brendan Edmondson will get the start at quarterback. Campbell's back in the starting lineup for the Bears. He wears number 22 in the backfield. Krigler Kincaid will join the wide receiving core for the Bears, with Josh Mazza handling the kicking and punting duties for the Bears tonight. You look at the Bears defensively, they have Kamari Clark they have Kamari Clark at the corner spot. Williams will be at the safety. Turner, Cunningham, Kelly, and Brown will be up on the defensive line for the Bears. Summerall plays the Mo. Martin's at the Mike. Peters is at the right guard, along with Will Anderson and Myers, as well as Carl Myers, number 21, rounding out the defense for the Southwest Bears. That's a look at your starting lineup for Jones and Southwest. Southwest making their way onto the field. Nice crowd settling in below us here at John I. Hurst Stadium, Monroe McKelvin Field for football tonight. Remember, the captains have met. Jones has won the toss. They get the football to start. They have won the toss. They deferred. So the Bears will get the football to get this one started. Let's step aside for a 60-second break. You know what? Let's make it 30. Back in 30 with the kickoff. You're listening to Bear Football on K106 and Bear TV.
Our time difference between imagining the future and being the future is what you do to get there. Only you can make you better.
Game from Jones. It hits out of bounds at the 5-yard line. The flag will fly, and the Bears will get decent field position as some rain actually begins to fall here at John I. Hurst Stadium. Monroe McKelvin Field. We had heard during the pregame festivities that there was a little shower expected to roll through Summit. It's not expected to bring any severe weather into our area, but it is going to rain at least for the first few minutes of this football game as we get started tonight. They'll bring the football to the 35-yard line. That's where the Bear offense will go to work here tonight. Bear offense, of course, with Brendan Edmondson at quarterback, 5'10", 170-pound freshman out of Caledonia. He'll work out of the shotgun formation, and we will have flags flying. The Bears moved, and we'll have an offensive false start penalty against the Bears. One of those offensive linemen flinched a little bit, and Jones then jumped offside, so the first penalty of the night goes against the Bears. Back it up from the 35 back to the 30-yard line. And a 1st and 15 now for the Bear offense. Football sits on the right hash. Bears go right to left on your dial. They'll run it on 1st down and to the 34-yard line. Running the football that time for the Bears is Jerry Johnson. Johnson got a chance to play last week for the Bears in that East Central game, and he gets a chance on the very first play to play here tonight, moving it from the 30 up to the 34-yard line. We'll call it 2nd down for the Bears. 2nd down, about 11 for the Southwest offense. Quarterback wants to throw. Can't find a receiver. Tucks, heads towards the Jones sideline, and will be brought down for a loss back to the 31-yard line. So Edmondson going to be brought down for a loss back to the 31. And the Bears will go to work at the 31, back deep now, 3rd and long situation for the Bear offense. Boy, rain's starting to come down a little bit harder here now at John I. Hurst Stadium, Monroe McKelvin Field. But the good news is, again, we heard this rain not supposed to last that long. We'll hope that's the case. Clock starts, under 14 minutes to play here in the opening period. Edmondson will go into the shotgun formation. Right side of the shotgun, the handoff, not much for the Bears. Bears take the safe route on 3rd down and run the football with Johnson, and he'll bring it to about the 32, and the Bears will have to punt on their first offensive drive. So in the rain, the Bears go negative. They get that first penalty that moves it from the 35 back to the 30, and they never could get back to the 35 on their first offensive drive. Here's Mazza in to boot the football. High, straight down the field punt. That is going to take a Jones bounce back across the 50 and finally be picked up by the Bears on the Bear 49. And that's where Jones will go to work with it. That punt hit at the 45 on the Jones end, but then took a favorable Jones bounce back into the Bear end and is picked up at the 49 and downed by Southwest right there. 13-13 to play opening period, and Jones will get the football. We got a penalty roughing the kicker against the Bobcats of Jones College. A flag came from the man in the white hat. So take back everything there. A penalty marker against Jones. And the part of it is he marked the 15-yard penalty off. So that's roughing the kicker, the 15-yard penalty. That's going to give the Bears the first down. So the Bears will get the first down to the 47. They'll run it on first down from the 47, and the Bears will be hitting the backfield back at the 46. The 47, the penalty against Jones was the 15-yard penalty. Brought the football to the 47. The Bears lose a yard back to the 46. Call it 2nd down and 11 for Southwest. So the Bears get the penalty, roughing the kicker, gives them the football back. Rain starting to already slow down here at John I. Hurst Stadium, 12:39, and the clock running here on 2nd down and 11 for the Bear offense. Bears have stayed on the ground. Wants to throw it this time, almost intercepted, but completed by the Bears into the hands of Krigler to the 44-yard line, so he's going to lose 2 yards on the completion. So 2-yard loss on the completion to Krigler from the 46 back to the 44. Call it 3rd and long now for the Bears. So 3rd and long for Southwest. Quarterback goes under center, hands it off, found a little room. He'll cross midfield, or he'll be brought down at midfield. That time is Jerry Johnson, but not nearly enough for a first down. So the ball at the midfield stripe, and that's where the Bears will have to boot it away. So the Bears got the Bears took advantage of a Bobcat penalty, but then couldn't move the ball past the midfield stripe. So Josh Mazza will come back on and boot it this time from the 50. Mazza, Jones stays away from him this time. He boots it away, and it's a nice boot picked up at the 15 and returnable for Jones, and he's tripped up at the 20 to the 24, and that's where Jones College will get it. So the punt at the 11:47 mark of this first quarter. Bears have to bring their defense on. Jones backed up to their own 24-yard line as they will go to work 1st and 10 here on the field. Jones's offense, of course, led by that sophomore quarterback and Quindarius Hawkins. Hawkins, the quarterback for Jones, will get into the shotgun formation. He'll put 2 receivers to his left, 1 to his right. Now he puts one of the men in motion to the left. He'll flip it to him. That's Martin, that's McLaurin, he'll flip it to in the backfield, and he'll go down that Jones end of the sideline and bring it to the 32. So just shy of what's needed for a first down. We'll call it 2nd down and about 2 now for Jones College. 2nd and 2 for Jones College. Ball at the 32-yard line. Bears bring the extra man in the box. Quarterback wants to throw. It's incomplete. Pressure was coming on the quarterback as the Bears were getting some very nice pressure defensively from Jeremiah Summerall that time, and are able to force the incomplete pass, and they'll bring up 3rd and 2. 3rd down and 2 now for Jones College after the incompletion. Bear defense trying to force the 3 and out right here. Quarterback goes into the shotgun formation, does Hawkins. Hawkins asks for the football, hands it off, and they will try to fight for the 2 yards. He'll get that plus some. Now he breaks it loose from the pile and it's across the 50, the 40, down into the Bear end at the 37-yard line. Running the football that time for Jones College was their running back Webb, and boy, he shot like a cannon straight up that field. Looked like he was going to get the first down and maybe not much more, but instead he brings it from the 32 of Jones to the 37 of Southwest. He gets it again, finds another hole across the 25. Tripped up, ball's loose, Bears have it. Looks like the Bears will have it as on the tackle of the running back Webb. He lost that football, and the Bears will recover it down at the 20. Let's see where they put it down at. They're going to put that football on the 21. So the Bears forced the fumble of Webb at the 10:35 mark of this first quarter, and the Bears will get the football back offensively. So the Bear defense forced the fumble on the tackle, and now the offense of Southwest will get this football back at their own 21-yard line with 10:35 to play here in the opening quarter. Wants to throw, it does. Edmondson complete, 35, 40, down the midfield stripe, 50, 40, foot race to the 20, the 10, touchdown Bears. It It was a foot race. He won all the way down. Dalen McDonald with the touchdown for Southwest. McDonald caught it at the 35, got down that sideline. It became a foot race, and he puts a touchdown on the column for Coach Tim Stowers and the Bears. The 10:23 mark, the touchdown comes. Here comes the PAT, Josh Mazza on the booth at for Southwest. Snaps up, kicks up, looks good, is good, and the Bears lead it 7-0. Here at John I. Hurst Stadium, Monroe McKelvin Field. We'll return in 30 seconds. You're listening to Bear Football on K106. You're watching Bear Football on Bear TV. How about them apples, boys? Offense runs one play. Dalen McDonald makes the completion from their own 21 to the house. The Bears take it. They lead 7-0 here with 10:23 to play in this opening quarter. And boy, a little excitement building here in the rain at John I. Hurst Stadium with the Bears getting their first touchdown here of the 2020 football season. Here comes the kickoff. Mazza boots it deep. It's taken back at the 2 by Jones. Returned across the 15, still on his feet, across the 20 to the 25 to the 27, where he'll be brought down, and that's where Jones will go to work. They started their last drive at their own 24. They'll start this drive at their own 27, 1st and 10 for the Bears of Southwest. Bears get the touchdown at the 10:23 mark of this first quarter. Now Jones, who coughed it up on a fumble their first time, goes back to work offensively. Quarterback wants the football, gives it to his running back, and he runs into his own man at the 30 and falls down. Bears defensive line was in there, but it looked like he hit one of his offensive linemen at the 30, fell back to the 29 for just a short gain. Jones with the football, 2nd down now for the Jones College offense, and quarterback Quintarius Hawkins. Hawkins will put 2 receivers to the left side, 1 to the right, the running back behind him in the shotgun formation. Now he puts the man in motion. He flips it to McLaurin. They did this play earlier. This time, though, McLaurin only picks up to about the 32. That'll bring up 3rd down for Jones now. Rain starting to fall hard again here at John I. Hurst Stadium. It had kind of settled down a bit, but now the rain's starting to fall a bit harder. 9:09 clock running here in the opening period. Bears leading at 7-0 here on Jones College in the opening quarter. Hawkins in the shotgun formation with the football. Football sits over on the right hash as you're moving across the dial. Wants to throw it. That one complete, then dropped. In and out of the hands of number 16. That's Quay Sanders who drops the football, and that'll force a punting opportunity now for Jones. So the Bear defense, after the Bear offense scores on one play, the Bear defense comes back to force a 3 and out, and that will send the punter on. Bears will put a man back about the 30-yard line. Here comes the punt. It's up into the rain, taken back at the 15 and returnable for the Bears. Up to the 20 and dropped right there is the Bear runner McDonald. The Bears will take it at their own 21-yard line. That's where they scored the touchdown from there last time. So it'll be 1st and 10 at the 21-yard line with the Bears leading 7-0 and 8:38 to play here in this opening period. Game 3 on this season for the Bears. A loss in the opening week to the Wolfpack of Colin. Bears in week 2 went to East Central and lost. Bears are off in week 3. Now they play Jones College here in week 4. Edmondson back under center. Flips it to his running back, and he'll cross the 25 to the 26, maybe the 27. Running it for the Bears that time was Jerry Johnson. As he will bring it, they'll put it back on the 26-yard line. So the gain from the 21 up to the 26. 8:17 clock running here in this opening period. Edmondson back under center for the Bears. Hands it off again, fighting for room. And Johnson will fight his way from the 26 to the 30 this time. And will set up a 3rd and about 1 for the Bear offense. 3rd down and 1 for the Bear offense on the 30-yard line. Need the 31 for a first down. The Bears have that football on the 30-yard line. Edmondson will go back under center again for Southwest. He's worked under center this whole drive. They hand it off. Bears try to scoot around the center and will get the first down. Bears electing to run it that time with a first down to the 32. Second first down recorded for the Bear offense. First on this drive, Bears have the football at the 32-yard line. 1st and 10, quarterback tripped up. He got it off. Ball falls loose, and Jones has got it. Edmondson got tripped up. Ball hit the ground, and Jones College able to pick it up. It looked like it was 47, Javon Jones, that picked that one up for Jones. So the ball fumbled away by the Bears. With 7:11 to play, Jones gonna get it back at the 29 inside Bear territory, down deep inside Bear territory. In fact, at the 29-yard line. Defense forced the Jones College Bobcats to go 3 and out their previous time. They get it at the 29. They put 3 receivers now to the wide side. That's the right side of the field, and they run it behind the center, and they'll bring it across the 25 to the, about the 23-yard line. So the ball will be on that 23-yard line for Jones College. Jones running at that time with Paul Hughes Jr. He's the redshirt freshman, 5'9", 200-pound young man out of Forest, Mississippi, who has come in to run the football that time.
Just Ruby.
7:01 left to play here, 7-0. Bears leading it. Jones wants the football, asks for it, hands it off. Up the middle again and fighting for room to the 17 and a first down. That was once again Paul Hughes Jr. who ran the football to the 17-yard line, picks up a first down. Second first down recorded by Jones. Clock running, 6:39 to play here in the opening period.
That's good.
This is the 3rd possession for Jones College with the ball at the 17-yard line. Hawkins in the shotgun wants the football. Hands it off again to Hughes. Hughes will cross over the 15 to the 13-yard line and be dropped there by the Bears. From the 17 down to the 13-yard line now for the Jones College offense. Rain still falling here at John I. Hurst Stadium, Monroe McKelvin Field. The rain started right as we were getting ready to play football, and we have played this entirety of the first quarter to this point with 5:51 remaining in the rain here at the stadium in Summit. Hawkins will ask for the football in the backfield. He'll give it to Hughes again. He's stood up at the 5. After about the 6-yard line, it'll be a 1st and goal to go now. 3rd first down for Jones with 5:33 remaining. The fumble gave Jones great field position. The Southwest 29 is where this drive began. Now they're sitting at the Southwest 6, first and goal to go. First down and goal to go now for Jones College. Hawkins will stay in the shotgun formation. As for the football, he'll feed it again, and this time just fighting his way towards the end zone, but shy of the end zone to about the 2 is Hughes. So Hughes takes it from the 6 to the 2 and brings up second down and goal to go. So second down and goal to go. Ball at the 2-yard line for Jones College. They will get the call from the sideline, and Coach Steve Buckley, who runs the offense, he will get the play into his quarterback. They put the man in motion. They give it to the running back, and it's a touchdown for Jones College. The touchdown for number 11, that's Paul Hughes Jr., who did a lot of the running that time for Jones College, and with 4:23 to play, Jones College has made it a 7-6 game pending the PAT.
So when they kick these field goals,
they will bring the kicker on.
Focus on the strike guys and the bottom goal.
That's 26, Gavin Godin, who kicks it. Did it get through the upright? It did. Boy, it barely got through the upright, like a bear. Maybe even got his hands on that one, but it got just through the upright, and it's a 7-7 football game. Each team's got a touchdown. 4:23 to play in the opening period. It's a 7-7 football game. Let's catch our breath. We'll come back in 30 seconds. Back in 30 seconds, Bear Football's on K106 and Bear TV.
Introducing Coca-Cola Zero Sugar with new improved taste. Tastes more like Coke. Looks more like Coke.
Well, back here at Jones College, back here in Southwest with the kickoff, ball kicked to the Bears, picked up at the 7, returned across the 20 on his feet to the 25, 26, maybe the 27 for the Bears. On the return that time, it was Demarius Ingram for the Bears, and Southwest going to start with decent field position anyway after the return to the 27-yard line.
Ruby, you pan down, pan the camera downwards. Nathan, your camera is not showing up. Did you bump a cord accidentally? Make sure
So ball will be on the 27-yard line. Bears will go to work first and 10 with Edmondson under center. Bears put a receiver left and one right. Looked like they may have dropped the football. Edmondson just had to pick that up, and he'll be dropped back at the 22. So Edmondson will lose from the 27 back to the 22 with the rain falling. That football getting kind of slick out there, and Edmondson, in his exchange from center, dropped that football, had to pick it up off the grass here at John I. Hurst Stadium and just do what he could with it, and all he could do with it was fall down after being tackled. Edmondson, direct snap to him this time, and he'll be dropped at the 22 on a designed run play that time. They did the direct snap to the quarterback, Edmondson, in a designed quarterback run, and it'll bring up a 3rd and long situation now for Southwest. 3rd and long with 3:17 and the clock running here in the first quarter. Bears, long time in their huddle. They showed 13 on the clock. Break out of the huddle, come to the football with 10 showing. Ball sits on the right hash here at John I. Hurst Stadium. Edmondson out of the shotgun, hands it off, and it's a run up to the 30-yard line for the Bears. Running it for the Bears that time, 22. That's Campbell but he won't get nearly enough for a first down. They needed the 37. He brought it to the 30, and the Bears will have to boot this one with 2.5 to play. So with 2.5 to play here in the opening quarter, Bears will bring Josh Mazza on once again. He'll stand back at the 15. Mazza, the Rugsby-style kick, will be kicked out of bounds. Let's see where it went out of bounds at. The official comes all the way to the 43-yard line and says we'll play from there. So the punt for Southwest comes with 2:18 remaining in this opening quarter. Jones College going to get the football at the 43-yard line and go to work right there. Of course, don't forget Inside Bear Athletics. It's our weekly talk show on Bear TV and the social media platforms of Southwest Mississippi Community College. 6 p.m. every Tuesday night. Hope you'll join us. As the quarterback wants to throw it, this one complete, 45, hit at the 49 and out of bounds. Making the completion that time is number 88, that's Hemphill, who brings it from the 43 to the 49. Our guest is past Tuesday. We talked basketball with Coach Bryant and his Bears men's basketball team. By the way, Bear basketball team will scrimmage at the Southwest Basketball Center on Saturday. Bear TV will be on hand to bring you coverage of that scrimmage. And, of course, our thanks to Coach Brian Bender for joining us this past Tuesday night for Inside Bear Athletics. Well, they want to run it, but, boy, all kind of trouble this time for Webb, and he's going to be dropped in the backfield back at the 45-yard line. Boy, Webb wanted to try to head down that sideline towards the Jones end, and he ran into a pack of Bears and is going to be dropped back at the 45-yard line. He will lose from the 49 back to the 45. Set up third down, 1:05 to play in the opening period. Wants to throw it, does Hawkins. Throws it out in the flat. That's complete to the first down marker. Looks like he got the first down. Did the receiver that time, Rommel Webb. So they used Webb out of the backfield as a receiver. Threw it out to him in the flat, and they're going to mark him short, actually. They'll say he didn't get the line. He did not get the line, so it'll be fourth down and about a yard as they put the football on the 48-yard line. He needs about the 46.5. So about a yard and a half to get the first down. Jones will go for it. Hawkins in shotgun formation, and now Jones will use a timeout. Jones and Coach Steve Buckley talked about it that time. They want to go for it on what's about fourth and a yard and a half, and they elect to use a timeout with 31 seconds remaining here in the opening period for football. This game tied at 7 apiece. Southwest struck first on a big catch and run by Dalen McDonald. It was Paul Hughes Jr., the redshirt freshman out of Forest, on the 2-yard run to the end zone for Jones. Each team has flopped a touchdown with 31 seconds remaining here in the first quarter. Jones comes out of their timeout, says they'll go for it. Fourth down, about a yard and a half. In the shotgun formation, wants to throw it. Now just runs towards the first down marker, and he'll get it. They left it in the hands of Hawkins. Looked like he was going to throw the football. He just tucked it and ran down the sideline with it and picks up the first down for Jones down to the 43-yard line. So Jones goes for it on fourth down and picks up their first down of this football game. 6 seconds remain. Jones doesn't have to snap it, and they will not snap it again here in the opening quarter. We've played one. Our score, Southwest and Jones tied at 7 apiece. We'll step aside for a 30-second break. Back in 30 seconds. Bear football is on K106. You're watching Bear football tonight on Bear TV.
Sports Hall of Fame. Wilson was inducted into the Southwest Mississippi Community College Sports Hall of Fame in 1997. Hansels Wilson was a standout basketball player here at Southwest and was an outstanding high school basketball coach for over 35 years. Congratulations, Coach Hansels Wilson. And thank you for your many years of dedicated service and continued support of Southwest Mississippi.
We're back here for the second quarter. 15 minutes to play in the 15 minutes played in this one, and our score 7-7 between the Bears and the Bobcats of Jones College. And well, the rain finally starting to end, but on what is a very, very wet first quarter here at John I. Hurst Stadium. Jones College with the ball at the 43-yard line. They work it on 1st and 10 right there here in the opening moments of this second quarter. Hawkins wants the football, wants to throw it, complete, wide open, and dropped shy of the, they say touchdown with a flag. Looked like he may have been stopped short was McLaurin, but they say touchdown for McLaurin and a flag. So McLaurin gets the touchdown at the 14:52 mark. We'll see what the man with the white hat has to say, what the flag is in the end zone. They look towards Jones. It's going to be against Southwest. He will come over.
Tell Ruby she's doing a good job when she does good, so she knows what she's doing.
It will be a personal foul penalty against the Bears. So touchdown is good, and then a personal foul penalty going to go against Southwest. 14:52, here comes the PAT. High snap over the head, and the PAT going to be no good. High snap, PAT is no good, 13-7. Jones College leads it, but we got a flag on the play here. Let's see what this is about. Man with the white hat going to come over and tell us what this one's all about. He looks at Southwest like it might be against Jones. The PAT try was no good, but now we'll sort the flag out. All the officials huddling for this one. Man with the white hat. That penalty's going to go against Southwest too. That penalty thrown in the backfield against Southwest. So 2 personal foul penalties against Southwest. That's penalties 2 and 3 against the Bears. So now Jones will kick this one off at the 35-yard line on the Bear end. Watch for the onside kick here at the own 35. And now we will get, I believe, timeout called by the Bears. Bears want to talk about this one. They saw the same thing. The ball on the 35-yard line after a couple of personal foul penalties. The Bears decide they want to talk about this one. Oh, by the way, Southwest wants to recognize Coach Castles Wilson, who was recently inducted into the Mississippi Community College Sports Hall of Fame. Wilson was inducted into the Southwest Mississippi Community College Sports Hall of Fame back in 1997. Was a standout basketball player at Southwest and an outstanding high school basketball coach for more than 35 years. Congratulations, Coach Castles Wilson, and thank you for your many years of dedicated service to Southwest Mississippi Community College. There comes the kickoff. It is the onside kick, and it looks like Jones has it. Was it touched early is the question. There's the flag, And I think they're going to say it was touched early by Jones. The officials are going to talk it over. The flag on this side, no flag on the side where it happened. I think they're going to say give the ball to Southwest. They will give the ball to the Bears. So where will the Bears have the football is the question. The 27, it looks like. So it'll be 1st and 10, Bears ball on the 27-yard line. Jones tries the onside kick, having to kick it from the 35 after back-to-back unsportsmanlike conduct penalties against Southwest. Bears want to run it. Finds some room across the 30, fights his way up towards the 35-yard line for Southwest. That's Campbell running it from the 27 to the 35. So Campbell will bring it to the 35 for Southwest and set up a second down play. 14 and a half minutes to play here, second period for the Bear offense. Bear quarterback goes under center. Look to pitch it. Nobody home, and he'll be sacked. Edmondson will be sacked back at the 27. So he basically lost everything the Bears gained, so it'll set up 3rd and 10. So 3rd and 10 for Southwest after the sack. And now the Bear offense will have to try and find a way to get a big play here to keep the ball moving in their direction. They put one receiver to each side, put the man in motion. Quarterback wants to throw. He had to throw in a hurry. Jones was all over him, and it's incomplete. All over the quarterback. Brendan Edmondson was at Jones' defensive line, and he'll throw it incomplete and have to set up a punting situation. The clock will stop with 13 and a half to play in the second quarter as the Bear punter Mazza will be on the boot this one. Mazza will stand back at his 12-yard line to boot it away for the Bears. Mazza, the rugby-style kicker. Nice kick over the head and bounces way back and will be picked up by Jones back at the 10, and he's going to be dropped at the 12. What a boot by Mazza. He got it over the head of McLaurin, and it goes all the way back to the 10. McLaurin picked it up there and brought it back only to the 12, and that's where Jones College will go to work. The punt with 13:18 remaining. The Jones College Bobcats will start back at the 12-yard line. 13-7, Jones leads it. They're back at their own 12-yard line, 1st and 10. Still just a light rain falling here at John I. Hurst Stadium now. Jones in the shotgun, wants to throw, being chased, still being chased, and now throws it complete to the 15 and dropped immediately is number 20, Kendall Coleman Jr., who makes the completion to the 16, Kamari Clark, in on the tackle that time for the Bears. The completion from the 12 to the 16 sets up second down for Jones College. 12:45 clock running. Jones keeps it on the ground, runs into the pile, does the running back, and boy, if he got anything, maybe to the 17 for a gain of about 1 that time. Coleman running the football that time. They will give him the 17-yard line and set up 3rd down. So 3rd down for Jones College. Football at the 17-yard line. Jones with the football. Quarterback sits in the backfield. Does put one running back there with him. Wants to throw. Got time. That's complete. Falls down. I think he's going to fall down short of the first down. Just tripped up under his feet. That time did Glass. Short of the first down. 21 is as far as Glass got. So 4th down, and Jones wants to go for it. At their own 21-yard line, Jones will go for it on 4th and 1. 4th down and 1, and it looks like they'll get a free play. It's incomplete, but the Bears look like they were offsides. Let's see if they were drawn off. Incomplete pass, but let's see if he was drawn offsides or if the Bears jumped. Jones says it's against Southwest. Bears keep the defense on the field. They believe it's against them. It's offsides against the Bears. 4th penalty of the football game. Give them 5 yards and a first down. Move it to the 26. Give them a first down. That's 5 in the game. Rain now falling harder here at John I. Hurst Stadium. Ball's on the 26. Jones wants to throw. In the backfield, throws it over the middle. That one complete to the 41-yard line. Making the completion is Coleman that time to the 41 for another first down. Even in the rain, Jones not afraid to throw the football as he found Coleman wide open up at the 41 on the completion. 41-yard line now for Southwest. Southwest defense had them stopped on 4th down, but jumped off sides. Kept this drive alive, and now it's to the 41-yard line. They'll run it right up the middle, big hole across midfield into Bear territory, and down to the 40-yard line is Jones College. Running the football that time is Webb. They will bring it to the 41, pick up another first down. 3 plays, 3 straight first downs for Jones College. Now they work on the Bear end at the 41. Run it again, another big hole, and Jones goes all the way to the 30, inside the 25 to the 23-yard line, and another first down. This drive started back at the Jones 12. They have brought it all the way to the Bear 23, worked 1st and 10 with 10:08 to play here in this second quarter. Jones using a mixture of throwing and running the football here in the second quarter. They'll run the football around the end to the 20 on his feet, tripped up at the 15, falls down towards the 10. They will mark Webb down at the 11. That's good enough, I think, for another first down. It is good enough for another first down, and they say it's inside the 10, actually to the 8. So that'll be 1st and goal. Wants to throw it, that one incomplete. Incomplete. It was at the 8-yard line, incomplete. Sets up 2nd down and goal to go after the incompletion. 9:29, the clock will stop on the incomplete pass for Jones. 2nd down and goal to go at the 8. They tried to set a little screen up, did Jones, as Hawkins tried to flip it over the Bear defender, but the wet football, he couldn't hang on to it. 2 receivers to that left side, 1 to the right. Now with the 40-second clock expiring, Jones will use their 2nd timeout of this first half. Timeout, Jones will step aside with them. Back in 30 seconds. Bear football's on K106 and Bear TV. Well, back here at Southwest, it will be 2nd down and goal to go. Jones using their 2nd timeout after the incomplete pass on 1st down. They spread 2 receivers left, 2 receivers right, this time for Hawkins. Hawkins will flip it to the man in motion, being tracked down by the Bears, and he's brought down at the 11. They put the man in motion and bring him down. That's 22, Tylen Glass, who's brought down back at the 11. That'll set up 3rd and goal. 3rd down, goal to go now for Jones College. 13-7, the Bobcats leading it here at John I. Hurst Stadium, Monroe McKelvin Field on what was a dry night till kickoff, and then it became a wet night here at the football stadium. 3rd and goal to go back at the 11. Hawkins out of the shotgun, wants the football, throws it to the back of the end zone, and it's incomplete. Knocked away by a Bear defender that time. And that will bring up 4th and goal to go, and it looks like Jones may want to try a field goal. It was Shavaric Williams who knocked that one away for the Bears. They will try a field goal. He'll set up at the 19. That'll make it a 29-yard try. 29-yard try for Jones. Here's the kick. It's blocked by the Bears. Blocked by the Bears. Bears will pick that one up. It was blocked by Southwest, and it will stay a 13-7 football game with 8:33 to play. The Bears got their hands on a PAT earlier that went through, but they got their hands on the 29-yard field goal. That's no good with 8:33 remaining here in the 2nd quarter, and it will stay a 13-7 game. Bears going to get it at the 38-yard line. So the Bears will work at the 38 offensively. What a job by both the Bears defense and then the Bears special teams. Bears will run it, flipping it back to Kincaid. Kincaid's got the 50, the 40, the 30, a man out in front, the 10, the 5, touchdown Bears! Touchdown Kincaid for the Bears! Kincaid, they flipped it to him in the backfield on a reverse, and he takes it from the Bear 38 to the house and ties this one at 13 apiece, and the Bears can take a lead now with the PAT. McDonald and Kincaid both with long touchdown runs for the Bears. Here's Mazza. He picked the PAT. It's up, and it is no good. The bad snap. And they had to bring it down late, and it turns out no good. We stayed tied at 13. 13-13. Bears and Bobcats are tied. Let's step aside for 30 seconds. Bear football's on K106 and Bear TV.
There will come a time when you're left alone. When you're the only one in the room. When there's no one to push you and no one to pull you. When you don't have a coach or a teammate. There comes a time when it's just you. What will you do?
Got a towel up there. I need to clean my lens. It's got water on it.
Well, back here at John I. Hurst Stadium, Monroe McKelvin Field. Here comes the kickoff. Josh Mazza will kick it deep. It'll be taken back at the 5 by Jones College. Returned across the 20, across the 30. He's on his feet now, 40, and finally brought down from behind, just shy of midfield at the 49 for Jones College. And Jones will get great field position with the return to the 49-yard line and go to work with 8:11 to play in a 13-13 football game. Boy, Bears on both their touchdowns, one play from scrimmage, and they get A long touchdown pass to McDonald and a long run on the reverse side of the backfield to Kincaid. Jones will go to work at the 49. 1st and 10 there for Hawkins and the offense. Hawkins in the shotgun formation. Drops the football on a bad snap. He'll just fall on it. And now we're going to get a personal foul penalty against the Bears. My goodness, you didn't need that. Kind of pushed one of the offensive linemen, and instead of it being a drop for a loss, it'll be a 15-yard mark-off personal foul against the Bears. That'll move it to the 41. 10 first downs for Jones College. So the personal foul penalty will put it on the Bear end down at the 41.
We'll come up there and fix it.
Hawkins gives the football away this time to Hughes, and Hughes going to run this one to the 31. So from the 41, he ran right to what was the first down spot, the 31-yard line. Did he get enough? They say no, he actually stepped out of bounds about the 32. Actually tackled inbound, so the clock will keep running on 2nd down and 1 for the Bobcats. 2nd down and 1, Bobcats hand it off. Tripped up at the 30, falls to the 32, and this time they'll say first down. Said he didn't have it the first time, but on second effort, they will say the 29 to the 28 for a first down. 12 in the game now for Jones College. They will work on the Bear end at the 28-yard line, aided by a 15-yard mark-off against the Bears on a personal foul penalty on a quarterback sack. The 28-yard line, the line of scrimmage for Hawkins and his offense. Bears send the house. Hawkins runs away from it. Wide open down the field, and he's going to go to the end zone. Bears sent everybody, and it created a hole for the quarterback Hawkins, and he takes it to 28 yards for the touchdown. Hawkins will score with 6:46 to play here in the second period to make it a 19-13 football game. Bears put the extra men in the box. They sent everybody, and somehow a hole down the center got created for Hawkins, and he just walked untouched to the house. PAT is up and good, makes it a 20 for Jones, 13 for Southwest. Football game. 20 for Jones, 13 for Southwest. 6:46 remaining here in the second quarter of this football game. Now, don't forget, Southwest basketball, even though their season won't begin until January 20th, the Bears do have some scrimmages, and right here on Bear TV, you can see the Bear men scrimmage on Saturday. What time is that at, Case?
I believe the first one is 2.
2 o'clock.
And it runs till about 5:30.
2 till about 5:30. They'll have several games in play. You can watch those games on Bear TV. Of course, limited people being led into the Southwest Basketball Center, but you can watch it on Bear TV. We'll have that presentation for you on Saturday afternoon here on the campus. Here's the kickoff. That one going to be picked up by the Bears, or are they going to let it go out of bounds? They're going to let that go out of bounds. So here comes the flag, and the Bears going to get a good field position up at the 35-yard line, and we'll go to work on this drive. So the Bears let that one go out of bounds at about the 15, and instead of trying to pick that one up and return it, they'll take their chances bringing the football out to the 35 with 6:46 remaining here in the first half of this football game, a 20-13 game at Jones College after the 28-yard quarterback keeper Hawkins scores to reclaim the lead for Jones. Bears led it 7-0. Jones has led it since. We were 7-0, 7-7, 13-7, 13-13, and now 20-13. Bears will run it across the 40, looking for room to the 41-yard line. That time for the Bears was Campbell, who brought it from the 35 up to the 41-yard line. So the Bears have it at the 41, 6:25, and the clock ticking away here in the second period. 6:17, clock running, second down and about 4 now for the Bear offense. Second down and 4 for the Bear offense. They have the quarterback in to throw, and he will overthrow a wide open. That's the bad part. A wide open receiver. Jabez Griffin was wide open. Bears have the other quarterback. That's Jaden Wilson. He ran the one play where Kincaid scored. He comes back out to run this sequence for the Bears as well, and he throws that one incomplete. Sets up third down and 4 now for the Bear offense. Clock stops on the incompletion with 5:59 remaining in the second quarter of this football game. And we got movement everywhere. Jones seems to think it's against the Bears, and I think the officials concur. We'll wait and see, though. Yep, it's against Jones. They say Jones moved first. That might give the Bears the first down. We'll see. 2, 3, 4, 5. It's going to be close to the first down marker up at the 46, and they will give the Bears a first down. Bears pick up their third first down on the 5-yard mark off against Jones. Wilson puts the man in motion, flips it to the man in motion, and he tried to secured it, but will only get to about the 48, maybe the 49, does McDonald. I'll say he got to the 49 for a short gain. From the 46 to the 49 for McDonald. Second down coming for the Bears. Bears have the football, 5.5 to play here in the second quarter. A 2013 football game that Jones College leads here with 5.5 to play. Coach Tim Stowers sending the play in that time, and now Coach Tim Stowers wants to use his second timeout. So Coach Tim Stowers and the Bears use their second timeout. 20-13, 5:19 to play. We'll step aside for 30 seconds. Back in 30 seconds, Bear.
I can say I've done a lot of things in my life. I've flown with the Eagles, rolled with the Cowboys, and barreled through the barriers. One thing I can't say, though, is that I did it alone. People ask me what makes a legend. I always say it's about being a part of something bigger. It's never just me. It's always one for all. Whatever comes your way, do it together.
Well, back here at John I. Hurst Stadium, Monroe McKelvin Field, 5:19 to play before halftime. A second down play coming for the Bears. Coach Tim Stowers tried to get that play in, didn't like what he saw, so he used his second timeout. Each team has one timeout remaining. It's 5:19 shows on that clock here at John I. Hurst. Bears put the man in motion, brings it down, gives it to the running back, and he will cross the 50 to the 49. And now they still fight for the football, and finally we get a whistle. They waited a long time, and they give it to Jones. Oh, they waited a long, long time to bring that whistle down, and Jones able to wrestle that football away. The officials never blew the whistle. They let it play out, and it played out till Jones took it away at the 49. The fumble with 5:07 remaining gives it back to Jones at the 49-yard line. Well, the officials let that one play out. And it played out in the favor of Jones College. They go back to work on the offensive end at the 49-yard line. Wants to throw. That one complete. Hit immediately at the 48-yard line is the receiver. On the other end, that's number 10. That is Ashton Nickelberry. Nickelberry brought down immediately with the football at the 47-yard line on the Bear end. They'll run it this time, and he will bring it across the 45, 44 to the 43 that time on the completion for Webb. Looks like Harris may have been in on the tackle that time for the Bears. So the 44-yard line is where that football will rest and will set up a third down. So third down coming for Jones's offense. See if the Bears can pull another one out of their hat here on third down. Quarterback will fake it. He'll keep it. And he will not get the 40. He needed the 41. Let's see where they mark him. Looks to be about half a yard shy. He is about half a yard shy. So that'll bring up fourth down. Jones going to go for it here with 3:40 to play. So Jones will go for it here on fourth down. Last time they got the fourth down play, they got the Bears to jump off sides. Fourth down, less than a yard. Bears stayed home this time, but the running back going to be able to get it. Webb just went behind his offensive line to the 36 for the first down. 13 in the game for Jones now, with 3:13 remaining here in the second period. Rain looks like it has now stopped here at John I. Hurt Stadium with Jones on offense and 3:02 remaining. Jones on offense. Wants the football, wants to throw the football. Hit as he throws it, and it's complete down to the 15, fighting towards the 10, and finally brought down from behind is Bud Tolbert down at the 12, maybe the 11. Looks like it's closer to the 12. Jones getting into hurry-up mode, wants the football. Bears trying to get off the field. They won't get off the field. It's a free play for Jones, as the Bears are going to have too many men on the field. The run was down to the 8. It appears that's what the penalty will be anyway. The ball was clearly snapped before the Bears got off the field. Jones will now decide what they want to do, take the penalty or take the results. Ball's at the 12. Jones talking about it. Now they'll look over to Coach Steve Buckley. He will tell the man in the white hat what he wants to do with the football. So too many men on the field against Southwest, and Jones going to take the penalty. So Jones will take the penalty. That will move it down to the 7-yard line, give them a first down, and make it 1st and goal to go. You don't credit them with the first down. It's 1st and goal to go, though, with the chain still up. They run it. They can still get the 2-yard line. It would turn into basically a 1st and 5. And they run it to about the 6 for a gain of 1. 2nd down and 4 now for the Bobcats. So 2nd and 4 for the Bobcats back at the 6-yard line. Bobcats had it down here earlier, and the Bears actually forced a 29-yard field goal that Jones missed. Jones back down in the red zone again at the 6. Fake the handoff. What quarterback will keep it? He will stretch out for the end zone. They'll say no. He's down at the 1. It'll be good enough for a first down. So it'll be 1st and goal to go at the 1-yard line.
Literally sideways now, like virtually all the way sideways.
So 1st and goal to go, ball at the 1-yard line for Jones. Remember, Jones won the toss and deferred, so they'll get this football to start the second half of this contest as well. So big one here for the Bears defensively. 1:14 clock running. Down to 5 on the play clock. Jones may have to use their last timeout. They will. Coach Steve Buckley saw that play clock running down and elects to use his 3rd and final timeout with 1:07 remaining here in the second period. So 20-13, 1:07 remaining. It will be 1st and goal to go with the ball at the 1-yard line for Jones College. That first down, the 15th recorded by Jones in this contest. Bear defense huddled around the sideline on this end. Jones has broke their huddle. I think Jones already kind of had the play they wanted. They just ran out of time. So the clock stops, 1:07. Jones can't stop it again, but they've got 4 tries from the 1-yard line. Jones will come back over the football with quarterback Hawkins. He's in the shotgun formation back at his own 5. He'll put his man in motion. They'll run it right up the middle, and one side says no, other side says yes. Touchdown Bobcats. The official on the Jones end wasn't so quick to raise his hands, but the one on the Southwest end said he broke the plane, and it's a quarterback, and it's a keep, and it's a run for Jones College, and Webb on the 1-yard run will make it 26-13. 1:03 remaining. The PAT is good, and that will make it 27-13 in favor of Jones College. Well, Jones adds a touchdown to give them a 2-touchdown lead. It's 27-13, 1:03 to play. Let's step aside for a 30-second break. Back in 30 seconds. Bear football is on K106 and Bear TV.
But the difference between imagining the future and being the future is what you do to get there. Only you can make you better.
The kick returned by number 4, Ortez Head Jr. Southwest ball. The pass is incomplete. Second down. On the carry, number 7, Jerry Johnson. the end of the first half. Your score, Jones 27, Southwest 13.
And get the SMCC scoreboard as well while that comes your way. But first, let's step aside for a 2-minute break. Back in 2 minutes, Bear football right here on K106 and Bear TV.
Tonight, we recognize Coach Wilson. Recently, Coach Wilson was recognized and inducted into the 2020 Mississippi Community College Sports Hall of Fame.
Get up to date on everything athletic at Southwest Mississippi Community College. Watch Inside Bear Athletics on Bear TV, YouTube, and Facebook. Check us out every Tuesday evening at 6 p.m. Now is your time to be a part of an amazing class of students. There's so much going on here at Southwest, you won't want to miss out. We have scholarships available for music ensembles, cheer, and athletic teams. You can be a part of our active and vibrant campus life where students are determined to meet their goals. With our new and remodeled residence halls, you have the convenience of staying on campus or commuting. You can even take classes online. At Southwest, you can get an authentic college experience at a fraction of the cost of a four-year university. You belong here. Southwest Mississippi Community College classes start soon, so schedule an appointment today to get on track to a better you. Find us at www.smcc.edu.
Southwest Mississippi Community College, John A. Hurst Stadium, Monroe McKelvin Field, 27-13. Jones College leading this one at the half. And I am joined now by the SMCC Alumni Association. We've got two folks in. Miss Loran Gerald is here, who, of course, is the official title is Executive Director. We've got the president, as you told me, Miss Corey Nelson over here as well. SMCC Alumni Association, of course, is right in the middle of their big drive. Let's talk about that to get more folks to join. We got a $100 lifetime membership. Let's talk about that first.
We've got a special for the game nights. If they will come to the tent that's located next to our concession stand during any of our home football games, they can get a football deal for $75.
Ooh, so you're lowering it at the football games, huh?
That's right.
To be live and in person, you can't send your form to the football game.
You can't send it down?
Come to the game and do it.
Come to the game. So if you come to the tent, you get a $75 lifetime membership. Tell us what that lifetime membership is going to get you.
Well, they're going to get copies of our school newspaper, the Pine Bar, mailed to them. They're going to get an SMCC alumni card decal. If they're local, they're going to be able to use our SMCC library anytime they need to come in and look up something or use the computers and internet. We are also giving them a $25 gift card for our campus bookstore that they can use for 1 year. So they can come get t-shirts, stadium seats, whatever they want to use it for. And if they don't live local, they will ship to them. But another thing, with the membership drive right now, they're going to be entered in a chance to win a very nice patio heater.
Wow.
Yeah.
So if you come to the games at $75, it's $100 if you just want to mail it in on the lifetime membership or come by and take care of it that way, right?
Right, and we've had some people that have said they don't want to do the $75 special because they know the money goes to students and to campus activities, and they're paying the $100 instead of the ball game special.
Well, Corey is president of the SMCC Alumni Association. Of course, you're an alumni yourself, back trying to drive more members to this Alumni Association? Tell us some of the things the Alumni Association does here on the Southwest campus.
Well, one of the main things we do, Benji, is we run the concession stand during the home football games, and we enjoy that. We have a good time in the concession stand. We've done that for years, and so all the funds that we collect in the concession stand go toward our scholarship programs. So we would love for people to join and then come join us and work in the concession stand. But it's Miss Loran's first year with us, so we're hoping that we're gonna have some new and exciting things on the horizons for the Alumni Association as well. There was something else I was trying to, but I've forgotten now.
Oh, it happens. And, of course, Miss Loran had some big shoes to fill, too, with the former executive director
Ms.
moving
Rhonda.
out, who, by the way, is watching this one at home going,
That's
it's
right.
not raining on me right now, says Rhonda.
She's enjoying it with her feet propped up, watching it on the computer.
Rhonda's not making popcorn, and she's not getting wet tonight, is she?
Surely is not.
No.
Yeah.
And we've done both.
Yeah.
Well, you talked about the main thing being the alumni scholarships. That's what all the money is ultimately raised for, or the bulk of the money is raised for, correctly?
That's right.
And that's awarded every year to, is it 2 people?
We choose a student we try to choose a student from each of the counties that we represent. So Pike and Mitt, Walthall, and Wilkinson counties. But those students do have to apply, and we have to vote on those, and they're chosen by a GPA average. And right now, we don't have, do we have one for every county representative this year?
No, we have a vacancy right now in Walthall and for Wilkinson.
And so they're awarded $500 per semester that they're in school, and that can be for the duration of their time here. It's not just one semester. As long as they're in school and they're maintaining that grade point average, then they're able to receive that $500 each semester.
So if they stay 2 years, they're going to get $500 every semester.
Correct.
If they go into the nursing program, it could easily
can
turn
continue.
into 6 semesters or $3,000, as long as they maintain that 2.5 GPA.
And you talked about 2 counties being vacant right now. How does someone apply for the alumni scholarship?
We have an application that they would fill out, and we have a committee that goes through and reviews all of those. So if we have a high school senior who is interested in coming to Southwest, we may even have some that would transfer early in January, I don't know. But if you're already a student here and you're from Walthall or Wilkinson County and you would like to apply, we would love to have your application.
And, of course, Pike and Mitt County folks can always apply for next year, correct?
Right, for next August.
And so applying for that, how do they do that as far as applying?
If they look on the school website under the alumni tab, there's an application on there, and they can print that out and either mail it or bring it to me. My office is in the Regional Workforce Training Center, and we will take those. Be glad to.
Absolutely. So we got a couple of scholarships still available with the Alumni Association. Of course, the drive now, the special continues until when?
Through our last home game.
So we're gonna extend it through
November 12th.
November 12th.
The November 12th football game with Gulf Coast here at the stadium.
Right. We are halfway tonight through our 6-week membership drive.
So $75 at the game, $100 up until the 12th outside of being at the football games. And, of course, there's always you can join any time, but you really want to join right now with this special deal going on.
That's right. And if they want a chance to win that very nice patio heater that they could use for themselves, or it would make a very nice Christmas gift, they need to join during our fall membership drive. But now if they say, well, I don't have $75 or $100, but I want to join, we do still have the $25 annual membership.
That's right.
So you can join for the $25. I think I saw a couple of videos you guys had done, and I think Corey was in one of those videos, and you may have said, really Southwest was kind of the beginning of everything for you. Kind of tell us about that real quick.
Well, I enjoyed my time here very much. I felt like it was a start of me finding out who I was. And I was able to do that here at a small college with small classroom sizes. And, you get into the feel of college without the complete dive in of a large university with 300 kids in your class. You know your teachers. You know a lot of the students from your high school and the other high schools in the area. and made lifetime friends while I was here, and it was a great experience. And still, I've been a member of the Alumni Association for 12 years now. I've been on the board for 12 years. It's a joke. I brought my oldest child to the first meeting in an infant carrier, so I always tell Rhonda, it's been more than 2 years. It's been more than 2 years, So, but we always laugh about that. So she knows she got me for a long time. But we really do have a great time, and it would be so exciting to have more people of our class year and of that generation of our age group come and join us, because it's just a really great opportunity to give back to a school that's given us so much already. So.
Absolutely. Even though, again, you lived in town
right.
with the college, and there's so many people, again, like you that are right here in this area that went to Southwest and can tell the same kind of story you told about Southwest, but aren't in the Alumni Association, so now's the time to join.
That's right.
And it's a great time, too, thinking like stocking stuffers. If you've got a child or a grandchild, niece or nephew that has graduated from Southwest, it would be a great gift to give them a lifetime membership in the Southwest Alumni Association.
Absolutely. Gift it to them.
That's
even
right.
Better. Even
Christmas
better.
is coming.
Absolutely. Christmas is coming. And, of course, as you talked about, $100 or $75. Real quick, tell us what that gets again. You get the newspaper.
You get the newspaper mailed to you. You get local use of our campus library. You get an SMCC alumni card decal. You get a $25 gift card to be used on merchandise in our campus bookstore. And right now you're getting a chance to win a very nice patio heater. And you're supporting your school. You're helping to fund scholarships for current and future Bears.
I remembered what I was going to say.
Okay, you got it now?
I got it. We have people all the time, faculty and staff, that say, I would like to join, but I didn't graduate from here. Or I'll say, would you like to join to just somebody in town? And they say, well, I didn't graduate. I just went for a semester or so. You don't have to be a graduate to join the Alumni Association. You can join as a friend of the alumni. So we would love to have you, but you do not have to have graduated.
You'll still sign them up for concession stand duty.
For concession stand duty, and we will still put them in that drawing for that heater. We'll be so glad to have them.
Absolutely, absolutely. They can still sign up for that concession stand duty. For
That's
sure.
right.
Well, of course, President Corey and Miss Lorraine Gerald, thanks for telling us about this. Of course, like you said, you're halfway home on your drive. Folks can always get more information, of course, by going to the website, clicking on the alumni tab. Of course, I know you guys have a Facebook page as well that you constantly maintain. If they have questions, they can give you a call, or they can find one of the alumni board members in town. They can give them all the details as well. Ladies, thanks for joining us. Good luck on the drive.
Thank you so much.
We'll come back in 2 minutes. Run the numbers on the first half of this one. Bears and Jones College back in 2 minutes. Bear football's on K106 and Bear TV. Welcome back, John Iher Stadium, Monroe McKelvin Field. About 6 minutes left in our halftime festivities. Let's run the numbers on the first half. Score in the football game, 27-13 in favor of Jones College. Jones with 15 first downs, the Bears with 6. Jones rushes it 29 times for 196 yards, the Bears 19 times for 97 yards. Let's see, net yardage on passing for Jones, 109, for the Bears, 77. Jones College was 8 of 12 throwing the football. The Bears were 2 of 6 throwing the football. Jones College ran 41 plays on offense for 305 yards. The Bears 25 plays, 174 yards. Let's see, possession time, 11:41 in favor of Jones, 7:27 in favor of the Bears. You look at the leaders in the first half of this football game. Rushing the football for Jones, Rommel Webb, 14 carries, 116 yards, and a touchdown. Webb, Hughes, and Hawkins all have touchdowns for Jones College rushing the football. Hawkins was again 8 of 10 for 109 yards. Let's see, Coleman has 3 catches for 23. McLaurin, 1 catch for 43. Tolbert, 1 catch for 25. And Webb, 1 catch for 7. For the Bears rushing the football, Jerry Johnson, 7 rushes for 28 yards. Kincaid, 1 for 62. Campbell, 4 for 24. McDonald, 1 for 3. The touchdown from Kincaid on that one. Brandon Edmondson is 2 of 3 throwing the football. Jaden Wilson is 0 of 3 throwing the football in this football game. Dalen McDonald, 1 catch for 79 yards. That was a Bear touchdown for Dalen McDonald when he made that 1 catch. Josh Mazza, by the way, has punted 4 times for 153 yards. Gavin Galdan has punted it 1 time for 51 yards in the football game. Let's look at the first half numbers. It is a 27-13 football game in favor of Jones College. We'll come back quickly with the MACCC scoreboard. That comes your way after a 2-minute break right here on K106 and Bear TV. All right. Welcome back to John Iher Stadium, Monroe McKelvin Field. Let's quickly give you what's happening in the MACCC. Of course, a couple of games to tell you about. Hines and Colin, that one was COVID out. That game was supposed to be played up at Colin. Understand they're going to try to make that game up on the Wednesday before Thanksgiving. Colin and Hines will play. Let's see, Gulf Coast is beating East Central 21-3. Northwest and Northeast, they're tied at 21 apiece. And Delta and Kahoma not playing either. We don't have a score listed on that one, but we do know that Northwest is beating Northwest and Northeast are tied at 21. Gulf Coast and East Central 21-3. The halftime score in that one. Hines and Colin were COVID out, and of course we are 27-13 here at John Iher Stadium. That's your MACCC scores. Don't forget, Bears on the road the next 2 weeks. Bears make the trip to Hines Community College next Thursday night. It's a 6:30 kickoff, 6 o'clock airtime here on K106. In 2 weeks, Bears visit Pearl River Community College. And then Bears back home for their final home game is Gulf Coast in 3 weeks for the Bears. That will be homecoming night for Southwest. Let's go back to the field as we get ready for second half action. Again, Bears will kick off to Jones. Jones won the toss, deferred to the second half, so they get the football in this 27-13 game. Here comes the kickoff. Josh Mazza to boot this one away, and it will be hit on the ground and taken back at the 15 by Jones. Returned across the 20 to the 30 and pushed back to the 27-yard line. It looks like that's where Jones will go to work on the 27-yard line in a 1st and 10 situation there on the 27. 27-13, our thanks, by the way, to Ms. Loran Gerald and Corey Nelson, SMCC Alumni Association, as their membership drive continues through the day of the final home football game. That's Gulf Coast in 3 weeks here on the Southwest campus. Our thanks to those ladies for joining us here at halftime this evening. Jones College will go to work. They will go to work on the offensive end with their quarterback, Quintarius Hawkins. Hawkins will hand it off, and not much doing as he will run towards the out-of-bounds marker. Running towards that out-of-bounds marker was Ashton Nickelberry. So Nickelberry, who he gave it to, ran down that side and straight out of bounds.
Yeah, I know. Just feel around. It's like a little.
He will lose from the 27 back to the 26, so a loss of 1 will bring up 2nd down and 11. They will throw the football complete this time. 25 up across the 30 and will be hit out of bounds about the 34-yard line. C.J. Johnson in on the tackle that time for the Bears. Ball at the 34, closer to the 35 actually. Will bring up 3rd down and about 3 now for Southwest. So 3rd and 3 for the Jones College Bobcats. They'll run it, and he's stood up at the 31, and that's all he will get. Is Rommel Webb. And Webb going to get a yard from the 35 to the 36, and it will be 4th and about 1. So 4th down and 1 for Jones College. They will go for it here on 4th and 1 at their own 36-yard line. Jones has gambled all night on 4th down. They'll gamble again. 4th down and 1 from the 36. They need the 37. Fake the handoff. They give it. The quarterback will keep it. And then Hawkins will go to the 40 and pick up the 1st down.
Number 17, Will Anderson with the tackle.
Hawkins faked it, kept it, and goes to the 40 for the 1st down. That's 16 in the game now for Jones. They will have it at their own 40-yard line, 13-10 to play here in the 3rd period. They lead it 27-13 on the homestanding Bears. Hawkins will ask for the football out of the shotgun formation. Looks around, throws it, and it's in and out of the hands of Bud Tolbert up at the 45, incomplete. Rain pretty much has stopped here at John Iher Stadium. Monroe McKelvin Field never really got super bad as far as thunder and lightning go, but it rained on and off and hard at times during the first half of this football game here in Summit. Ball's up on the 40-yard line. It will be 2nd down and 10 for Jones College as they work from the 40-yard line. Jones will put 3 receivers on that right side, 1 on this left side. Quarterback wants the football, hands it to his running back. He gets in behind his offensive line, looks for room across the 45, fights towards the 46 to the 47-yard line is Paul Hughes Jr., and he will make it to the 47, gain of about 7, set up third and about 3 now for Jones College. 3rd and 3 for Jones College. 12:28 and the clock running here in the 3rd period. Jones with the football. They empty out this left side, that wide side. They keep 3 receivers over there. They want to throw it that direction, complete to the 45 on the Bear end, and it's a first down for Jones.
The pass is complete there for the immediate tackle, number 27.
So it's complete to the 45. He was stood up and hit immediately, but good enough for a first down for Jones College. And this drive will continue, a drive that started back at their own 27. They're down at the Bear 45 now in this 27-13 game, 11:47. And the clock running here at John Iher Stadium, Jones and Southwest. Add Hines next week off to Pearl River in 2 weeks, next 2 on the road for the Bears. Bears play defense. They come after the quarterback. He gets it off, incomplete though. He got it off to Paul Hughes Jr., but he had to hurry his throw, and the hurried throw leads to an incomplete pass, and that'll bring up 2nd down. 2nd and 10, ball at the 45-yard line. Bears trying to stop Jones defensively here on the opening drive in the 3rd quarter for Jones College, trying to put the ball back in the Bear offense hands. From the 45, 2nd down play coming. Jones splits them out, hands it to the man in the backfield. He was the one in motion, McLaurin, and he will run out of bounds at the 40. And McLaurin will gain 5 to the 40-yard line, and that will set up a 3rd and 5 to play. So 3rd and 5 for the Bears, ball on the left hash. Ball is on that left hash. Jones will again put the 3 receivers to the right side. That's the wide side of the field. They'll keep the left side empty with a back in the backfield. 3rd down, 5 to go for Jones College. Wants to throw. That complete near the first down marker to the 35. They'll say first down and 10. He needed the 35. He got the 35. 18 first downs now for Jones. Jones, this drive again started back at their own 27. They worked it to the Bear 35 and got 1st and 10 right there. 1st and 10, 10 and a half to play here in the 3rd period. Jones with the football. They split the receivers this time. Wants to throw it. Throws it downfield. That one is incomplete. Threw it to the end zone. Looking for Nickelberry, but it was incomplete that time, and it'll bring up it'll bring up 2nd down and 10. So 2nd down and 10, football at the 35-yard line. Ball on that 35. They split the receivers again. Does Jones. They will go to the backfield to handoff this time. And fighting across the 30 to the 29-yard line is number 2, Rommel Webb. And he will bring it to the 29 and set up a 3rd down. 10 minutes to go now here in the 3rd period. Ball at the 29-yard line now for the offense for Jones College. 3rd down, 5, ball at the 3rd down and 4, ball at the 29-yard line. Wants to throw. That one complete to McLaurin. First down as he will cross the 20, breaks it loose from the tackle and gets down inside the 5. McLaurin broke a tackle at the 20 and got all the way down inside the 5 to the 2 before the Bears caught up with him. That's 19 first downs, and it'll be a 1st and goal to go now for Jones College. Jones snaps it in a hurry. Bears have too many men on the field again. They keep them out of the end zone, but the penalty will fly against the Bears. Bears can get off the field in time.
Don't pan up or down. Just center, like left and right center.
Jones did not get the touchdown, so you would assume they would take the penalty to set up first down again. Too many men on the field against Southwest. They'll move that one half the distance. That's the 7th penalty against the Bears in this football game. So from the 2, the ball will go to the 1-yard line, first down. So first and goal to go, ball at the 1 now for Jones College. 27-13. The football game here in this third quarter with 9:04 to play. They put the man in motion. They give it to the H-back, and he's into the end zone.
Touchdown, Jones.
It was Bud Tolbert who was the H-back that time. He gets the touchdown. 8:55 mark of the third quarter. Tolbert gets the touchdown to make it 33-13 pending the PAT for Jones College. Had missed a PA, well, he missed one PAT and one field goal tonight as Jones College. This one is up, wobbles around, and that one's no good. So it will stay 33. It will become 33-13 on the missed PAT. Hey, don't forget, join us Tuesday nights at 6 o'clock. It's Inside Bear Athletics here on Bear TV. This coming Tuesday night, we're going to talk Southwest Lady Bear basketball with assistant basketball coach and assistant athletic director Dr. Britta Stevens will join us. We'll also talk Bear TV and everything else with this guy, Case Johnson, who will join us. Bear TV and Inside Bear Athletics coming up Tuesday night, 6 o'clock on Bear TV and the social media platforms of Southwest Mississippi Community College. And by the way, you can go back and see any of our previous Inside Bear Athletic programs by, again, going to those same places, Bear TV or any of the social media platforms of Southwest Mississippi Community College, including Southwest Bear Athletics on Facebook and Southwest Mississippi Community College on Facebook as well. Here comes the kickoff from Jones College. It's taken back at the 10 by the Bears. This one returnable across the 20, looking for room across the 30, 35 to the 36. That time for the Bears, and Dalen McDonald, they're going to mark him on the 35-yard line, and that's where the Bears will go to work, and the Bear offense needs something here if they want to try to stay in this football game here with 8:49 remaining in this third period for Southwest.
Good.
Jones gets a long drive, a 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, 14, 15-play drive that results in a touchdown and a missed PAT as they go up 33-13. Bears will stay with Wilson at quarterback, and the handoff, nothing doing on the opening one there. Wilson, I think, tried to keep down. Well, he gave it to McDonald, who got about a yard. They're going to move it from the 35 across the 36-yard line. So forward progress for about 1 makes it 2nd down and 9 for the Bears. 2nd and 9, 8:27 to play here in the third period for the Bears. Wilson out of the shotgun this time, asks for the football, wants to throw it, and he overthrows his intended receiver. He was looking for he was looking for Dalen McDonald that time, incomplete. And that will bring up 3rd and 9 for the Bears. So 3rd and 9 for the Bears, 8:16 to play here in this third period. Well, the Bears really need a drive this time to answer in some way that score by Jones College to try to stay in this football game here halfway through this third quarter. Bears with that ball on the right hash. Snap it to snap it to Wilson, empty backfield. Wilson looking around, still looking, now he takes off. Tries to throw it to an intended receiver. Krigler was in the neighborhood. That one's incomplete, and it'll bring up 4th and 9 for the Bears. And the Bears will have to bring on Josh Mazza to boot this one away. So the Bear offense unable to get a first down this drive. And Mazza will get back to his own 20-yard line to boot this one away for Southwest. After the rain stopped, the fog is kind of setting in here in Summit tonight. That one, a high punt to Mazza. Rugby style, he'll go towards the sidelines, boot it away. It'll take a Bear bounce to the 20, still rolling to the 15, down inside to the 14, and that's where it's picked up by the Bears. And that's where Jones College will go to work. A very nice boot by Josh Mazza with 7:56 remaining in the third period, and the Bears defense will go to work. The Jones offense back at their own 14-yard line. So the ball will be back at the 14 for Jones. Jones will run it on first down, bringing it to about the 15-yard line. We will call that a gain of 1. So gain of about 1 to the 15, and maybe a little bit more. I think they're going to say the ball was back at the 11, not the 14, so he got the 15. He got a little bit more than 1 on the play, but it still sets up second down and about 6. So second down and 6 for Jones College. Jones puts a man in motion. Bad snap, and the quarterback just has to fall on the football. Like that football might have got wet that time for Hawkins, and on the bad snap, he just had to fall down on that football. That'll set up third down. He'll lose back to about the 12. Ball back at the 12-yard line. It'll set up a third down play now for Jones College. This may be the best chance for the Bears to try to force a 3-and-out right here. Hawkins tries his hands off, asks for the football. Looks around, wants to throw, under pressure, and he's going to be sacked in the end zone. Or did he get out? They say he's back at the 2-yard line. Bears tossed him back into the end zone, but they'll say the 2-yard line is where he'll go down. And that'll bring up fourth down, and Jones College will have to boot it out of their own end zone. Bears get the quarterback sacked. They almost got the safety. Bears will send one back. He'll stand at his own 40. Bears could get great field position here. Out of the back of his own end zone, and we got a whistle and a flag. Let's see what the flag's about. It was thrown by the guy standing behind McDonald of the Bears. What? Stepped out of the back of the end zone? They think that's what it is here in the press box. We'll wait and see. The punter may have stepped out of the back of the end zone. Helps against Southwest. Too many men on the field against the Bears. So it's too many men on the field against the Bears. 8th penalty against Southwest. Still fourth down, still punting it out of the end zone after the 5-yard mark-off. He'll punt it out of his own end zone. That one will take a Jones bounce to the Jones 39, and that's where it'll roll dead, and that's where the Bears will go to work. So the punt comes at the 5:40 mark of the second quarter. It'll be Bear ball at the 39-yard line, so the Bears in pretty good field position here at the Jones 39. Down 33-13 to Jones College here at John I. Hurst Stadium, Monroe McKelvin Field on the Southwest campus here on this Thursday night. Bear offense back onto the field after the 3-and-out forced by the Bear defense. It's Wilson who runs the offense once again. He splits the receivers. 2 to the left, 2 to the right. Wilson will keep it himself. 35, breaks a tackle, but is head down at the 30 and will go to the 28. Nice piece of running that time for the Bears. Put his head down and got the 28-yard line. That's good enough for a Bear first down. That's 7 in the game now for Southwest. Ball will be on that 28-yard line for Southwest. They stay in the same formation. They split the receivers. Wants the football. Flips it at the last minute, and that is to the 27-yard line out of bounds. Flipped it to Jeremy Johnson, and Johnson got the 28 to the 20. Let's see where they end up putting it. Where'd he go out of bounds? It's like they're going to put it about the 27. So he got about a yard for his trouble. Second down and about 9. So second down, 9. Ball at the 27-yard line for Southwest. Bears will stay in that same formation. 2 receivers left, 2 receivers right. Wilson this time wants to throw, and boy, he didn't get his receiver turned around. He wanted it for Dudley, but Dudley had not turned around yet, and it'll bring up third down. Dudley couldn't get himself turned around before the football, which was thrown just a little bit early. So 3rd and 9 now. Football at the 27-yard line. The clock will stop with 4:18 to play in this 33-13 football game. Bears once again will split the receivers. Well, they put 2 to the left, 1 to the right this time. Bears ask for the football. Wilson wants to throw. Now went to the sidelines, and boy, overthrew a wide open Ortez Head Jr. Head Jr. and got himself wide open downfield, and his quarterback Wilson just missed him that time. So Wilson misses the wide open receiver in Head, and it's 4th down now. Bears will go for it, it appears, on 4th and 9. Bears will use a timeout. Coach Tim Stowers had the play drawn up. It just didn't work out on 3rd down. Now on 4th down, the Bears will use a timeout. We'll step aside with them. Back in 30 seconds. Bear football is on K106 and Bear TV. Back here at John A. Hurst Stadium, Monroe McKelvin Field, 4:13 to play. Bears going to go for it on 4th down and 9 at the Jones 27-yard line. Bears put the man in motion to the quarterback. He wants to throw downfield, and that one is incomplete, and the Bears will turn it over on downs. So the Bears will turn it over on downs with 4:09 remaining here in this 3rd quarter in this 33-13 football game. So the Bears gambled, went for it on 4th down, and came up with the incomplete pass. And now Jones will take over on the 26-yard line. But Jones will go to work on the 26, 1st and 10. Quarterback wants to throw, complete to the 30, 35, and across the 40 to the 42, maybe the 43 that time for McLaurin. From the 26 to the 43, good enough for a 1st down. That's 20 in the game now for Jones College. 3:48 clock running. Jones leading at 33-13 here late in this 3rd period at Southwest. Quarterback Hawkins stays in that shotgun formation. He directs traffic. wants to throw the football. That one down the field, complete at the 40 into the Bear territory to the 39, and another first down. Into Bear territory to the 39-yard line. That one complete for Jones College. Jones marching down the field after picking this one up from the Bears on downs at their own 26. They've gone to the Bear 39, 3:07, and the clock running here in the third quarter. They will run the football this time. Bears miss him the first time. Second group comes in and grabs the running back Webb at the 34. So from the 34-yard line, 2:45, the clock will continue to run here. Boy, Jones, that opening drive of this third period, that long drive that they scored that touchdown on, has been the only score here in the third quarter, but Jones knocking on the door again. Had to throw it in a hurry that time. It's incomplete. Bears had Will Anderson in the face of the quarterback, Quintarius Hawkins. Hawkins had to rush his throw and throws it incomplete. Sets up third down now. Clock will stop with 2.5 to play here in the third period in this 33-13 football game. So 2.5 to play for the Bears in this third quarter. Jones on third down will run it, and that is to the 31 and shy of what's needed for first down for Webb. That's Rommel Webb who ran it. They'll say he's down at the 31. Needs the 29, so they'll go for it on fourth down. And the Bears jumped off sides. Free play for Jones, and they will score a touchdown on the free play. So they'll take, obviously, the result of the play. Who is it down there that scored it? Looked like 23. Is it Page? I think it's Page who scored the 31-yard touchdown. 2:02 to play. Some of the Bears had stopped. Jones had the free play. Obviously, they'll decline the penalty, and they now lead at 39-13. Bears jumped off sides. Jones knew they had the free play. They took advantage of that and scored the touchdown. 31-yard touchdown reception. Here comes the PAT. Kick is up. That one looks to get through. It will, and that will make it a 40-13 football game. 2 minutes, 2 seconds left here in the third quarter. It's a 40-13 football game. I want to remind you, folks, don't forget the for Southwest. We'll talk with Coach Ken Jackson more about this later. They're having a baseball showcase on the Sunday, November 15th. If you're a high schooler interested in that, you can contact Coach Ken Jackson. That's K Jackson at smcc.edu. That's K Jackson at smcc.edu for that showcase coming up November 15th over at Bear Park here on the Southwest campus. Well, 40-13 the score. Jones will score on the free play, a 31-yard touchdown reception with 2:02 to play here in the third period. Bears will get this football back on the kickoff, needing to try to jumpstart this offense in some way here in the second half, here late in this third period. They will kick it off from the 35. Jones will boot this one deep inside the 5. It's picked up by the Bears. Across the 20 to the 30, runs into a pile of Jones Bobcats. Ball pops loose. Jones has it, and they will have it at the 31-yard line. Jones will have the football at the 31. Bears fumble it on the reception. And the Bears have got some players slow to get up. Stephen Pierce Jr. gets up. The Bears have another one down. I think it was the ball carrier that lost the ball to hit a Jones College man pretty hard, and that ball popped loose. Southwest trainer's out to look at him. Check the number real quick. He's on his back at the moment. Bears trainers are out. Now head coach Tim Stowers will join the conversation. He was hit hard. The ball popped loose. Jones got a hold of it. And the ball's going to belong to Jones College, but right now it's the Bear that's down on the field that's the concern. Bears on their side worried about their man. Jones was held around Coach Steve Buckley. He's finally up for the Bears. It's number 13. It is Dalen McDonald who had the football and lost it. So Dalen McDonald gets off the field. He was hit hard by a Jones defender, and that ball popped loose. Jones will have it at the 31. Bears fumble the kickoff with 1:54 remaining. And let's see if Jones keeps their foot on the gas here, leading 40-13. They put 3 receivers to that left, 1 to the right. High snap brought down by the quarterback. He wants to throw it, hit as he throws, and it's incomplete. He was hit as he threw the football, leading to the incomplete pass. Well, Anderson in on that one for the Bears, 1:48 remaining with the clock stopped. Bear defense on the field at the moment. They're still looking at Dalen McDonald on this other side. Jones will run the football to the 25-yard line with Webb. 1:31 and the clock running here in the closing moments of this third quarter. Jones has scored twice in this third period, and after the fumble, knocking on the door here a third time, hitting the backfield this time. Nothing doing that time for the ball carrier, Paul Hughes Jr. They will say his forward progress to the 27, so he'll lose about 2 yards for his trouble and set up 4th down. Jones goes for it on 4th down. So Jones will go for it on 4th down. Coach Steve Buckley rolling the dice down deep in his own end. Ball popped loose. And the quarterback, Hawkins, will land on it back at the 31. And Jones will turn it over on downs with 43 seconds remaining. So Jones will turn it over on downs at the 31-yard line. Bears will get the football with 43 seconds left to play here in this third period, down 40-13. Bear offense back on the field. Bears have too many out there. They run a man off. Wilson wants the football, asks for it. Rolls to his side, flips it at the last minute, and nothing doing. A loss at that time as he flipped it to Jerry Johnson, but he lost back to the 28. Out of bounds. Will stop the clock with 30 seconds remaining. Now they start that clock back as they set the ball ready to play. Ball at the 28-yard line, 40-13 the score. Bears and Wilson out of the shotgun formation, wants the football, wants to throw it. That one complete to the 40, hit at the 44 hard by Jones, but a 1st down for the Bears, and Jabez Griffith is a 1st down for the Bears to the 44. The Bear 1st down, their 8th of the football game. Now we got the officials huddling up. I don't see a flag on the field, but the officials are huddling with 4 seconds remaining here in this third period. Oh, there is a flag down. Now I see the flag. There is a flag down on the field. Didn't see that flag at first, and Southwest is backing up. Dead ball, personal foul against the Bears. So the result of the play is a 1st down, but then the Bears get the big mark off. It's a 15-yard penalty back to the 29. 9 penalties against the Bears, and that'll end the third quarter. So as they set the ball ready to play, they started the clock and ticked the last 4 seconds off. Bears will have first and long when we return after a 30-second break. Back in 30, Bear football is on K106 and Bear TV.
Get up to date on everything athletic at Southwest Mississippi Community College. Watch Inside Bear Athletics on Bear TV, YouTube, and Facebook. Check us out every Tuesday evening at 6 p.m.
Bears come to the football on first and long. Wilson wants to throw that one incomplete, almost intercepted. 32, that's Mike Cockerham, got his hands on the football, and another late flag flown. So a late flag flies on that one. We're getting a lot of laundry on the field here late in this third and now here early in the fourth quarter. That's a penalty against Jones. So the penalty against Jones will make it first down and 10 at that's an automatic first down. So the ball at the 38 will be a first down for the Bears. Ball 34, excuse me, makes it a first down for the Bears, 9 in the game. Bears running on first down, not much, and now we get multiple flags. Multiple flags fly after this one. Bears have had multiple personal foul penalties. Let's see who they mark this one off against. Jones went ahead and ran that one to the end zone after it was blown dead as well. Let's see what the officials decide to do. Dead ball, personal foul against Jones. Now they pegged Jones with the personal foul penalty this time. First mark off against Jones. Jones hit him, they blew the whistles, but they picked it up, ran towards the end zone, and a lot of jabbering in there caused the flags to fly, and the Bears will have it at the Jones 49, give them 10 first downs in the game. So the Bears, by 8 of a couple of penalties, are in business here at the 49-yard line. They get it on the Jones end. Bears will go to work. Wilson will go under center again, and we got movement early. Bears put the man in motion. Bears put the man in motion, and Jones jumped. Jones going to try to sell this one. Let's see if they sell it to the officials. Bears put a man in motion in the backfield, and Jones had movement. Let's see. We will get the foul against Jones. That's the way it should have went. That's the way it does go. And Jones will give the Bears 5 more. That went down to the 44 on the penalty, the 44 on the penalty. First and 5 now for the Bears. Wilson will go back to the shotgun formation, wants to throw the football, puts it in the air, and it is almost intercepted by Jones, incomplete. Incomplete will bring up 2nd and 5 now for the Bears. Clock will stop with 14:34 to play. Jones, with back-to-back penalties, have set the Bears up 1st and 5, then the incompletion will make it 2nd and 5 for the Bears. 40-13, 14:34 to play in the contest here at Southwest. Ball down there at that 34-yard line. 2nd down play coming. Bears will run it on 2nd down. to the 40-yard line is the Bear ball carrier. That's Campbell. Campbell brought it to the 40. Sets up 3rd and about 1. So 3rd and 1 for the Bears. Ball on the 40-yard line. Bears went to the ground with Campbell and got all but 1 yard needed for that first down. Bears put the man in motion. They give it to the man in motion. He should have the first down to the 38-yard line. Should be enough to move the chains. It is. Bears pick up their 11th first down. And we'll have the football down at the 38 of Jones. So the Bears have the football at the 38 of Jones. 13:44 clock running here in this fourth period. Bear band, which is actually sitting down in the end zone to our left here at John I. Hurst Stadium tonight, playing away. Throws the ball. That one tipped in the air and incomplete. Intended for Ortez Head Jr. It'll bring up 2nd and 10. Clock will stop on that incompletion with 13:59 to play in this fourth period. Bears trying to hang in this one. 40-13. Jones leads it. Bears will come back over the football at the 38. And we'll hand it off. Nice piece of running for the Bears as they give it to Ortez Head Jr., and he brings it to the 31. So nice piece of running by Head. Will set up 3rd and short for the Bears. Bears on the ground having a little luck this time, slowly moving this ball down the field. 3rd and about 3 for Southwest. Wants to throw it. Boy, incomplete pass. I think that one might have slipped out of his hands. Wilson was looking downfield, and that one slipped out of his hands. They call it an incomplete pass. And the Bears have 4th down, and you want to use a timeout. Bears will use their 2nd of 3 timeouts with 4th down coming. 4th and about 3. We'll step aside for 30 seconds. Back in 30 seconds. Bear football on K106 and Bear TV.
I can say I've done a lot of things in my life. I've flown with the Eagles, rolled with the Cowboys, barreled through the berries. One thing I can't say though is that I did it alone. People ask me what makes a legend. I always say it's about being a part of something bigger. It's never just me. It's always one for all. Whatever comes your way, do it together.
Well, back here at John I. Hurst Stadium, Monroe McKelvin Field, Bears used a timeout. They will go for it on 4th and 3. The ball at the Jones 31-yard line. Coach Tim Stowers uses the timeout to send the play in. Bears put the man in motion. Quarterback wants to throw, flips it complete, and touchdown Bears. That's Campbell, catches it and takes it to the end zone for Southwest. 12 of 50 mark of the fourth quarter. The Bears put that one in the end zone. They make it a 40-19 football game. Bears will bring on the unit. I think they appear to bring on the go for 2 unit. Appears the Bears will go for 2 here in this 40-19 game. Bears go for 2, and we got timeout Jones. Jones and Coach Steve Buckley, he saw his defensive unit was not aligned the correct way that he wanted, so he'll use the timeout. Timeout on the field, 12:50 to play. We'll come back with the 2-point try in 30 seconds. Bear football, K106 and Bear TV. back here, John Iher Stadium, Monroe McKelvin Field, 40-19. Bears want to go for two after scoring the Campbell 31-yard touchdown reception. Coach Steve Buckley and Jones used the timeout. He didn't like the way his defense was set up for that two-point try, so he elects to use his first of three timeouts. Bears still say they want to go for two. They'll put the man in motion. As for the football is the quarterback. He wants to throw. Has time to the sidelines. Touchdown. The two-point try is good. The two-point try is good for the Bears. That makes it 40-21. And the Bears have put a touchdown and a two-point conversion on the board to make it a 19-point game at 40-21. By far, Southwest offense, their best showing of the season tonight. They got 3 points on the board against Colin. They were blanked by East Central, and it's a 40-21 football game here at John Iher Stadium tonight. Let's see if the Bears use any trickery on the kickoff squad or if they're just straight up booting this one deep. Bear defense has given up a couple of touchdowns here in the second half. See what Coach Tim Stowers has in store for the special unit crew. They only put one man back, this Jones. They anticipate it, and it is the onside kick, but it's a little high. Oh, and he dropped it. The Bears may have got it. He dropped it. Nope, they say Jones. Nope, Bears got it. Jones had it, dropped it, and the Bears picked it up. And the Bears will recover the onside kick and keep the football. It was a high kick in the air. Jones basically caught it, dropped it, and they say Bear football. Bears will get it at the 48. The onside kick works. And the Bears get it at the 48 on their own end. Bear offense right back to work with 12:48 to play. They stay with Wilson at the quarterback spot. Wilson scrambles around, flips it out. And that one's across the 36-yard line is Kincaid. Cameron Kincaid to the 36-yard line. Excuse me, the 46-yard line. So from his own 48 to the 46 inside Jones territory, sets up second down and about 4. So 2nd and 4 for the Bear offense. Wilson out of the shotgun this time. Wants to throw the football, puts it in the air. It's complete, but I think he was out of bounds. He was, and it's incomplete. He made the catch, but he caught it out of bounds. Did Ortez Head Jr. for the incompletion. And that'll bring up 3rd and 4 for the Bears. 3rd and 4 for Southwest with 12:08 to play in this contest. It's a 40-21 football game. The Bears have put a touchdown on the board here in the fourth quarter. Got a successful 2-point try. Now the Bears are seeing the play clock dip under 10. They're going to have to hurry. Wilson's got to get this one snapped. Down to 3, gets it snapped. Bears will run it. Across the 40, 35 to the 30, to the 20, on his feet to the 15, and brought down inside the 15 at the 14-yard line, and a nice piece of running for Campbell and the Bears. First down, Bears to the 14-yard line. 12 in the game. Boy, Bears are having to hurry to snap. But Campbell able to find himself a hole, and he takes it to the 14. Bears knocking on the door again. Bears will keep it on the quarterback keeper this time, and he won't get anything. Quarterback keeper for Wilson, and he'll be downed at the line of scrimmage. His forward progress is actually back to the line of scrimmage, and the ball will rest on that 14-yard line, 11:20 to play. What a home crowd sticking around for this one. 40-21, Jones leads it. Bears 2nd and 10 at the Jones 14. Bears put a couple of receivers to that wide side. Wants to throw the football, now under pressure. And he's going to be brought down. Stayed on his feet, but will be brought down, but will jump out of bounds back at the 25. We got a flag on the field. Bears seem to think that one's against Jones, but we'll wait and see. If it's against Jones, it's a break for the Bears because they would have lost a lot of yards on that one. Man with the white hats coming to this end to tell us what the flag's about. The flag is on the 15-yard line. Bears are not backing up. They're convinced it's against Jones, but we'll wait and see. Jones hovered over the football too. Coach Steve Buckley wants an explanation. It's a face mask penalty against Jones. So face mask penalty against Jones. That's their 7th penalty of the game. That'll take it down to the 8-yard line for the Bears and make it 1st and goal. 13 first downs now for Southwest. It's at the 8-yard line, 1st and goal to go for the Bears after the face mask penalty mark off against Jones College. Now we got the official standing over the football. They want to make sure they got it in the right spot. They'll move it from the 8 to the 7. We'll take it. So they move it from the 8 to the 7. The officials want to get that football in the right spot. Wants to throw on 1st down to the end zone. That one incomplete. He caught it out of bounds for the Bears. That one was intended for, looked like Jabez Griffin down in the end zone for the Bears. Incomplete. It'll bring up 2nd and goal from the 7. 2nd and goal to go at the 7 for the Bears. The band tonight down in that end zone the Bears are trying to go into. 2nd down, goal to go at the 7 for Southwest. They'll put the man in motion this time, will the Bears. Quarterback flips it to Campbell. He'll make the 5, fighting his way. Touchdown Bears. Campbell has scored again for Southwest. At the 10:08 mark, he scored at the 12:50 mark. Campbell now scores at the 10:08 mark. Makes it 40-27. Bears look like they will go for 2 once again. 40-27. The Bears have scored back-to-back touchdowns here in the 4th period. And they're trying to make a game of this. And Coach Tim Stower is going to use his final timeout before the 2-point try. Bears will use their final timeout before this 2-point try. 40-27. 10:08 to play. Back for the 2-point try after a 30-second break. Back in 30. Bear football's on K106 and Bear TV. We had a Jones College player way over on this other end. The man with the white hat's gone into the Bear huddle. Unsportsmanlike conduct penalty going to be charged to Jones. Jones had a player basically in that Bear huddle for the most part. They will mark the penalty unsportsmanlike conduct. Coach Steve Buckley comes over. He wants an explanation, but it was pretty obvious. He was just about standing in the Bear huddle when they threw the flag. The unsportsmanlike conduct penalty, the 8th mark-off against Jones College. Man with the white hat now comes over and tells Coach Steve Buckley what he's done and what Southwest has elected to do with the mark-off. Bears will go for 2. They'll take it half the distance on the 2-point try. So Bears go for 2 after they have the distance mark-off. Quarterback goes under on the shotgun formation. Throws it short. He had his man, but it was short. Intended for Dalen McDonald, and the 2-point try no good. It's 40 for Jones, 27 for the Bears. The 2-point try no good for the Bears that time. And the Bears will kick it off with 10:08 to play here at John I. Hurt Stadium, Monroe McKelvin Field. Hey, don't forget on Bear TV this Saturday, your chance to get a glimpse of the Southwest men's basketball team. Coach Brian Bender and his Bears will be scrimmaging over at the Southwest Basketball Center. I believe 2:30 Saturday afternoon that scrimmage will begin. You can see it on Bear TV. You can see the Bears as they scrimmage. The entire day's activities over at the Southwest Basketball Center will be available right here on Bear TV. Well, here comes the kick. Let's see if the Bears try the onside kick again. They got it last time. Let's see if they try it again. This time they kick it deep. And they will kick it deep, and it will go into the end zone. Jones didn't send anybody back. They were thinking it would be a onside kick from Dalen McDonald. He elected to kick it deep that time, and the ball will come out to the 20-yard line, and that's where Jones College will go to work. Excuse me, the 25 is where they bring it, Community College, so the ball will sit at the 25-yard line. Bears have scored 2 touchdowns with Campbell to make it 40-27 here at John I. Hurt Stadium. The biggest penalties of the night have been personal foul penalties, and those have gone both ways against Jones and Southwest here tonight. Jones with Hawkins out of the shotgun formation. He'll pitch it to his running back. He'll cross the 30, the 35 on his feet across the 40, and will be brought down at the 44 and a first down. It's a big run that time for Webb as he brings Allen to the 44-yard line. The first down, the 22nd recorded in this game by Jones College, as they have the football up at the 44 with 9:44 remaining. See if the Bear defense can come up with a stop. Quarterback keeper. He'll cross the 45, flag's gonna fly. He'll go to the 44, and the Bears have a man down as the flag flew. He will beat back up under his own power for the Bears. That was Kamari Clark who gets back up. Let's see what the flag's all about. Man with the white hat comes to this side. Personal foul against Jones. So the penalty will go against Jones College. That'll be the 15-yard mark-off. Back to the 28-yard line, the football goes. So it will be first down, but it will be first and long back at the 28 after the mark-off. 9:27 left to play here in the football game. Bear defense trying to get the ball back in the hands of their offense. Quarterback takes off with it. He'll get across the 35 up to the 36 to the 37-yard line on the quarterback keeper that time for Hawkins. Second and long situation now for Jones College, but Hawkins got a chunk from the 28. He brings it to the 37-yard line. 8:56 remaining here in the football game. 40 for Jones, 27 for the Bears. Bears have scored 2 touchdowns in this fourth quarter. Jones scored 2 touchdowns in the third quarter. Jones will run the football. They will give it to Webb. Webb has brought it all the way to the midfield stripe to the 50. So, boy, let's see. Webb got a chunk. Hawkins got a chunk before him. They'll put it officially on the 49-yard line. And that will bring up a third down now for Jones College, but after two big runs, it's a third and manageable for the Bobcats, 3rd and 5 officially. So 3rd and 5 now for the Bobcats. They've made it manageable here on 3rd down. Hawkins in the shotgun, wants the football. Says he'll throw it on 3rd down, throws it downfield. That one knocked away by the Bears. Putting his balls on it was Shavaric Williams for Southwest. And that'll bring up 4th and 5 for Jones College, and it looks like Coach Steve Buckley is going to boot the football. 4th and 5 at the 49, and Coach Steve Buckley has indicated he will bring on his punt unit in this 40-27 football game. Bears still need 2 scores in this game, and flags will fly as we got a false start against Jones. So Jones will have a false start against them. Or at least that's what the initial indication is. We'll make sure it is false start against the Bobcats. 10 penalties now against the Bobcats in the football game. 7:48 remaining. Bobcats will stand over the football after the 5-yard mark off. Booting it away, and that one will be taken by the Bears. Crossing the 20, the 30, the 40, 45, and he's hit and out of bounds. The Bears running it was Dalen McDonald. He brought that back. Let's see where McDonald stepped out of bounds. They say the 47-yard line, I think, is where he stepped out. So the punt comes with 7:38 remaining. The ball will be on the 40. They move it to the 48. So the 48-yard line for the Bear offense was 7:38. Bears don't have any more timeouts to play with than this one. Bears continue with Wilson. The pitch to the back. Now he'll throw it downfield. That is almost caught for the Bears. Bears trying to get a penalty marker, but they won't get it. Receivers were running foot to foot downfield. The official looking right at it said that was absolutely clean. It'll go as an incompletion and 2nd down. Bears tried to lobby for a penalty marker of pass interference that time as they tried a little trickery, putting it into Dalen McDonald's hand to let him throw it. Quarterback will go to his side, and incomplete. He underthrew his receiver that time. So Wilson underthrew his intended receiver, and just like that, it's a 3rd and 10 for the Bears with 7:26, and the clock stopped after the Bear incompletion. Bears have suffered back-to-back incompletions. So 7:26, 3rd and 10 now for Southwest. They put 2 receivers to the right, 1 to the left. Bears will keep it on the ground this time, and only about 2 yards to the 50 for the Bears that time, and 22 Campbell. Campbell picks up only 2. It'll be 4th and 8 from midfield, and now the Bears will punt it. The Bears will bring their punt unit on with 7 minutes to play. Jones trying to get everybody off the field. They do now. Ball is snapped. Mazza will boot this one. It will bounce and take a nice Bear bounce all the way to the 4-yard line. Nice punt by Josh Mazza for the Bears with 6:37 remaining. Jones will get the football back at their own 4-yard line with 6:37 remaining. Bears go 3 and out, give it back to Jones, and ask this Bear defense to help them out once again with 6:37 to play. The Bear defense Gave up the touchdown, the punt, the touchdown. Since then, it's been over on downs, and they've punted. Can they get some magic again inside the 4-yard line? Quarterback stands in his end zone. The handoff in the end zone. No, they say he got out. They say he got out. They're going to give him the forward progress to the 1. Bears thought they had him tackled for the safety, but they say inside the 1. Forward progress, they mark it. Boy, I think the officials may have been a little generous to Jones that time. Bears had him back in the end zone, but they gave him the forward progress. To the 1-yard line, Jones puts triple receivers to the right side. As for the football, wants to throw out of his end zone. That one is complete to the 50 and out of bounds, and what a big gain. Out of the back of his end zone, Hawkins throws a bomb down the field for 40 yards, and he'll go all the way to the Bear end to the 48. The first down, the 23rd of the football game for Jones College. They're working on the Bear end. They get rid of it in a hurry. Complete out in the flat to the 45. That one complete to Kendall Coleman to the 45 for a short gain by Coleman. Jones back inside their 1. Bears thought they had the safety. The officials awarded the forward progress to the 1. And on the next play, Hawkins throws the bomb, and they're looking at second down at the Bear 45. They run the football again. This time they put it in the hands of Hughes. And Hughes will bring it to the 40-yard line to the 39. And we'll set up they're going to bring it, they haven't moved that marker yet, but they moved the football. The chain gang hasn't complied with the officials, and now we get the foul, we get the penalty against Jones. They marked the 10-yarder off against Jones. The flag on the other end, the official came and said Jones was holding. 11th penalty against Jones, and they'll bring it back to the Jones end at the 45. The clock running, 4:39 to play in this contest. Ball at the 45-yard line for the Bobcats. Jones will split their receivers. Football on the left hash. Quarterback wants to throw, has the time, throws it downfield, complete to the 42, and that's going to be just shy of a first down. And now a late flag going to fly, and the Bears, that's going to be a personal foul against the Bears. The official was listening to the Bears talk, and obviously one of the Bears had said something he didn't like because he threw his flag high up in the air. It's unsportsmanlike conduct against the Bears, Chadrick Peters. So it's a first down and an unsportsmanlike conduct penalty against the Bears. That happened, so that'll move it down to the 26-yard line. The first down, the 24th of the game for Jones. 3:54 clock running, 40-27. Jones College and Coach Steve Buckley leading the Bears. They will run the football here, and he's going to be dropped. Running it is 27. That's Traver Randall, and he's going to be dropped back at the 28. Loss of about 2. Bring up 2nd and 12. Jones College will use all the time they can on this clock before the second down. They give him back to the line of scrimmage, actually. They will again award the forward progress, so they'll put it back on the line of scrimmage, caught 2nd and 10. 3:09 and the clock running here at John I. Hurst Stadium. And now with the game, with play clock down to 3, Coach Steve Buckley and Jones going to use the timeout. The officials' mic, which had not been working all night, comes to life with 3:03 to play. We'll step aside for a 30-second break. Bear football is on K106 and Bear TV. Back here at John I. Hurst Stadium, Monroe McKelvin Field, 3:03 to play. Coach Steve Buckley using his second timeout as he saw the play clock expiring on him. 2nd down and 10 for the Bobcats. Empty backfield. Quarterback asks for the football. Wants to throw it. That one incomplete. Intended for Bud Tolbert about the 30. That one will fall incomplete. And it will be 3rd and 10 now. Clock will stop with 2:59 to play in this contest. Bears trying to give their offense a chance. If the defense can come up with a stop here. 3rd and 10, ball at the 26-yard line on the Bear end. Jones College puts 2 receivers left, 2 to the right. They put the running back behind his quarterback. Wants to throw. Flips around, now tucks and runs with it. He's hit, stood up, and dropped at the 25. That will bring up 4th down and about 8. So 4th and 8, Jones going to go for this one. They figure if they don't get it, Bears still will have it back deep in their own end. Bears come to the line of scrimmage, and now Coach Steve Buckley trying to draw them off sides. Realizing he's not going to do that, he may burn his last time out right here. He will run it all the way down to 1 and burn his last time out. He tried to get the Bears to jump off sides. Bears won't do it. And with 2:12 remaining, Coach Steve Buckley will use his final timeout. Hey, don't forget to join us Tuesday nights at 6 o'clock. It's Inside Bear Athletics right here on Bear TV. We join you at 6 o'clock every Tuesday night. Next Tuesday, we will have a very special guest, Dr. Britta Stevens. We'll talk women's basketball and a special fundraiser the women's basketball team is conducting. Tuesday night, 6 o'clock on Bear TV and the social media platforms of Southwest Mississippi Community College. There's also a podcast now. You can get Inside Bear Athletics on a podcast. Go to your podcast button on your phone, ask for Inside Bear Athletics, and you can hear the podcast version of the programs. They're all, by the way, archived both podcast-wise and on Bear TV. You can watch all the previous episodes we've done of that as well. Back to action we go. It will be 4th down. Jones College will go for it. They use their final timeout of this football game. The running back will take it. He'll be hit at the 25, dropped at the 24. And Jones College going to turn this one over on the downs. With 2:07 remaining, the Bears will get this football back with 2:07 and no timeouts remaining for Southwest in this 40-27 football game. Bears will get it. Where do they officially put it? At the 26. So they'll put the football on the 26-yard line. That's where the Bears will go to work with it with 2:07. 40-27 in favor of Jones College here at John I. Hurst Stadium tonight. Join us after the game. We'll have the final numbers of this one for you. Wants to throw it, incomplete, almost intercepted. Jones had a pretty good beat on that one. Ty Rawls almost intercepted that one as the Bears went to the air on 1st down. It'll bring up 2nd down. Clock will stop with 2:04 remaining in this football game. Bears once again asking Jaden Wilson to run the offense. They will hand it off this time. across the 30 and out of bounds at the 33-yard line for the Bears. Running at that time was 22 Campbell. He brought it up to the 33. Clock does stop, 1:58 remaining. That's good enough for a Bear first down. It's to the 34, actually, with the 14th first down recorded by the Bears. So good enough for a first down for Southwest to the 34-yard line. Bears will put the man in motion. Wilson wants the football, wants to throw the football, and he overthrew his intended receiver, Dalen McDonald. McDonald was standing about the 45. That one goes incomplete and will bring up second down and 10 for the Bears. 40-27, 1:55 remaining here at John I. Hurt Stadium, Monroe McKelvin Field on this Thursday night as we, 9:15 here as the rain has not plagued us in the second half. Wilson scrambling, still scrambling, wants to throw, throws it towards the first down marker. Did he make the catch is the question. It was intended for Gibson, and they say incomplete. Gibson went to the knees to try to make that grab, but couldn't make the grab, and it falls incomplete. .148 to play, 40-27, third and 10 for the Bears. Bears, after a couple incompletions, went to the ground last time. Let's see what they do here. Wilson out of the shotgun last for the football. He wants to throw it, and he's going to be sacked back at the 29. The bad part of the sack is the clock keeps running. 4th down, but now the Bears may want that clock to run. Minute and a half, and the Bears will not get in any hurry this time. They can bleed it to about a minute before they have to snap it, but it's 3rd down. Is it 3rd or 4th? It's 4th down. Now they change it. Thought it was 4th down. The marker showed 3rd. Now it shows 4th down. Bears will go for it on 4th down. They'll pitch it to the H-back Campbell, and he will go up near the 40 before he's out of bounds. He'll be shy of what's needed for the first down, so the Bears will turn it over on downs with 1 minute remaining, and Jones can kneel on this one and get the victory here tonight if they so choose. Jones will get the ball at the 40-yard line in this 40-27 football game. Bear offense showed some signs of life tonight, scoring 27 on Jones. 1 minute to play. We'll see what Jones decides to do. Will they run a play or will they kneel on it? They don't go into victory formation. They say they're going to play it. Or it appears that's what they're going to do anyway. Hawkins out of the shotgun wants the football. They will run it up the middle. He'll be dropped on the 40 with 51 seconds remaining. Jones running at that time with number 24, Antonio Spencer. Now Jones won't get in any hurry with 35 seconds remaining. Still got 25 on that clock. Quarterback will give him the play and go back to the shotgun formation. He wants to run another play right here. As for the football, gives it to his running back. He'll look for room. Bears defense going to deny him any progress in the 30, back to the 41, in fact. Bears deny him the progress, and now Coach Steve Buckley says ball game. 5 seconds, 4 seconds, 3, 2, 1. That'll do it from John I. Hurt Stadium, Monroe McKelvin Field tonight. Final score, Jones College 40, the Bears of Southwest 27. We'll get a look at the final numbers of this one after a 2-minute break. Back in 2 minutes, Bear football right here on K106 and Bear TV.
All right, breaking
of a four-year university. You belong here. Southwest Mississippi Community College classes start soon, so schedule an appointment today to get on track to a better you. Find us at www.smcc.edu. Get up to date on everything athletic at Southwest Mississippi Community College. Watch Inside Bear Athletics on Bear TV, YouTube, and Facebook. Check us out every Tuesday evening at 6 p.m.
Well, back here at John A. Hurst Stadium, Monroe-McKelvin Field, final score in this one, 40-27. Jones College will beat the Bears. Bears will drop to 0-3 on the year. Coach Steve Buckley and his Jones Bobcats, they will go to 2-1 on the year. Before we get the final numbers, we're waiting for those that come to us from next door. Some scores right quick. Mississippi Gulf Coast leading East Central 31-3. Northeast and Northwest 28-28. Those are a couple of other scores. Of course, Hines and Colin were COVID out tonight. Delta and Coahoma, no score reporting on that one either. Here are the final numbers, 40-27. Bears, let's see, Jones will get 25 first downs. The Bears get 17 in this game. Jones College will rush it 54 times for 262 yards. The Bears 35 times, 186 yards. Jones gets 291 passing yards. The Bears 125 passing yards. Jones was 18 of 29 passing. The Bears were 4 for 24 passing the football. Jones in offensive plays, 83 plays for 553 yards. Southwest 59 plays for 311 yards in the football game. You look at penalties, Jones was penalized 12 times for 133 yards. The Bears penalized 10 times for 96 yards. Jones fumbled it 3 times and lost once. The Bears fumbled it 3 times and lost it all 3 times. You look at possession time, way around in the favor of Jones on that. Jones possessed the football 30 minutes and 58 seconds. The Bears had it for 17 minutes and 6 seconds in the football game. Quickly, some individual numbers. We'll start on the side of Jones College. Rommel Webb rushes. He gets 23 rushing, he gets 23 attempts for 167 yards and a couple of touchdowns. Paul Hughes Jr., 14 carries, 56 yards in this football game with a touchdown. Quintarius Hawkins, 6 carries for 27 yards and a touchdown for him. Passing, Hawkins was 18 of 26 for 291 yards. Justin Smith was 0 for 3 throwing the football. Passing yards, McLaurin 4 for 105, Coleman 4 for 26, Tolbert 3 for 81, and Fizel 3 for 52 for Jones. You look at Southwest, Campbell rushed it 10 times for 90 yards and a touchdown. Kincaid, a couple of rushes for 68 yards and a touchdown. Johnson, 10 carries, 28 yards. Passing the ball, Brendan Edmondson, who played the first half of this football game, 2 completions on 3 attempts. Lyric Jaden Wilson, the quarterback, 2 completions and 15 attempts for him. Passing yards, Dalen McDonald, 1 for 79. Campbell, 1 for 31. Griffin, 1 for 17. Josh Mazza punted it 6 times for 252 yards. That's a 42-yard average for the Bear punter in Josh Mazza. Final score 40-27 in this one. Bears back in action next Thursday night. They'll make the trip to Raymond to take on Hines Community College. It's a 6:30 kickoff. We'll join you 6 o'clock for the pregame of that one. That'll wrap it up for the Bear TV side. Back to wrap it up on K106 after a 60-second break.